Where are we on? Are we on Twitch? You're on mute.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to part 4 of our Cyberpunk campaign. We're so very excited. I'm Jason from Pondsmith, and we are hosting tonight under the ethereal Gary Con banner. We're so glad to be a part of it again. This is how many years in a row now, Luke, that we've done this? Very, very happy and very, very excited to be a part of it. I'm going to push it to Luke now, and then we'll start the game.
Hey, thanks very much, Jason. I think this is maybe year 3 that we've done this. I mean, it's been going back a little ways. So here we are at GaryCon 13, virtual once again. Looking forward to playing some Cyberpunk with all my friends here. But there's a couple things I just wanted to cover first. I want to thank our sponsors, Steamforged Games. I got to play Epic Encounters earlier today with a whole bunch of the crew from Steamforged. That was a ton of fun. We got to kill the Hydra. I thought we were going to be goners, but we made it. And of course, my friends at Untitled Chapter of the Forgotten Realms, as well as all of our vendors, our vendor sponsors. thank you very much. We couldn't be here tonight doing this without you guys. One of the things we're doing while we're here and streaming is supporting Extra Life. Every year we support charities at GaryCon, and for the last several years we've supported Extra Life. So please, if you can, go to extralife.org and donate. We are Team GaryCon 13. You can join the team. You can tell your friends. Just donate $1, $5, $1,000, whatever you can will be appreciated. Tomorrow we have a great lineup as well right here on the Gaxmore channel. You got I'm going to be playing in the GUI Cube Great Giveaway. Then we have Savage Eberron with Christian Serrano, as well as Imogen and a couple other folks. I believe Keith Baker might even be playing in that game. And our finale is High Plains Drifters with DM Andrew Cosby, a great screenwriter. We have David Harbour from Stranger Things. This Matt Lillard guy is going to be joining us as well tomorrow. Deborah-Ann Wool, Alicia Marie, and myself will all be playing in that one. We're trying to raise $5,000 for Extra Life in that game. So tell your friends, share it. Let's raise some money and do some great stuff. But tonight, it's all about Team Monster and some cyberpunk. So today we're going to blast some stuff and have a good time, and I'm sure make millions and millions of credits. So without any further ado, I will pass the baton to Maximum Mike himself, and let's get this adventure started.
So kids, once again, we're gathered as Team Monster. Tonight's going to be interesting because it's going to be happening a couple weeks after the previous strangeness, actually more like about a month and a half. We're going to be getting all the band together again because tonight we're going to be seeing Nox at her new gig. And for those of you who are tuning in who haven't been following the adventures of this misaligned crew of misanthropes, let's introduce everybody around, starting with the lovely Miss Nox herself, also known as Nora. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Oh, hi everyone. I'm Nora Ibrahim, aka Noralogical, and in this cyberpunk game, I play Nox Aria, a rocker boy.
All right.
Anything else I need to?
I think that's a pretty good start. Let's go take a look at. Oh, I think Matt's up there in the corner. Say hi.
My name's Matthew Lillard. I'm playing serial killer from the 19-something classic film Hackers. Hack the Planet. Are we a PG? Are we PG or what is our streaming?
PG-13.
We're PG-13.
Yeah.
PG-13.
Best son of a bitch film you've ever done seen.
Right off the bat.
Let me tell you. Well, we are
Right off the mat, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, ow.
I just want to say real quick, I love playing in this game. Every time we get together, it's a treat to spend time with you at the virtual. I don't like playing virtually. I'm done with this. But soon enough, our country and the world will come out of this horrible downward spiral and we'll get around the table again. But for now, we celebrate GaryCon, we celebrate the life of this great man and this great family. And I'm just proud to be with you and to share the table with all of you because I like all of you except for Beast. Beast I like everyone else.
Okay. Well, actually, gang, so this sounds like when this is all over, we all show up at Matt's house and we'll bring chips.
Yeah, don't ask me to do intros. You have to ask Matt to just right off the bat.
Well, since we
bring
brought up
the
Beast,
hype.
since he brought up Beast, let's talk Beast. Beast, tell us about yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Beast. I'm playing Paladin, a street-savvy combat vet of the Corp Wars, and to quote the immortal cult classic Thunderdome, Paladin keeps Mr. Dead in his pocket.
Yep. And moving up the table, we've got Luke. Luke, tell the people about yourself.
I'm playing Lucky Galanti. I'm the pilot of this group, getting him in and out, shaking and baking.
This sounds good.
And in real life, I'm Luke Gygax, the founder of GaryCon, author, soldier, and thank you very much. Thank all of you for watching and being.
Cult classic.
All right, and let's see. In the upper square, we've got John. John, tell us about your character and yourself.
So I am John Kowaleski. I run a little company called Monster Fight Club. We make cool cyberpunk stuff.
Buy it.
Tonight, I am Too Tall, Captain Da Vinci, Nomad Shipping Captain, all-around cool guy, and apparently the coolest uncle in the clan.
All right. Okay. And last but not least, I think we've got everybody, have we? No?
Me.
Jason. Jason,
I
I was looking
am-
for you in the middle
It's all
screen. I
good.
couldn't find
It's all
you.
good. It's all good. I know the Zoom is all different from the. I am
Yeah, it's all
Jason
turned
Azevedo
around.
from Pondsmith as usual, and I am playing Isolate, the Russian solo, who started as red shirt, but I think has proved himself since. We'll find out.
Okay. And as Jason has asked us all to do, please put your character names in the little slots indicated so that I know who to call you.
Yeah.
That way we'll stay in character, such as it is. Is this method acting? Oh, we've got a method. It's madness.
I don't know. Is Beast gonna actually kill people?
Yeah, what else is new? All right, the problem with Beast is stopping him from killing somebody. You know, he and I go out drinking. You know, it's like, you know.
This just
Yeah.
in.
Paladin,
Water.
not Beast.
Wet.
Paladin.
Yeah. Okay. Well, gang. So we all set to get into trouble here.
Yeah.
Pick up the brightness a little
Ready.
bit so I can see you. Just as a fair warning, Mike is running a little bit under the weather today, so he may not be up to full speed, but believe me, I've been planning what I'm going to do with you guys most of this week. I've already explained to my lovely and equally evil wife what the plan is, as well as a couple of my good friends who gamed with me for years, and they're going, oh, they're going to have so much fun, or hate you forever. I'll see which one I get. So, we're starting tonight in the Paradox. The Paradox is a club. It is in what used to be the old city of Night City. So, if you remember your history, and I'm sure you don't, when Night City was nuked, most of the nuke went to the northwest. So most of the explosion did not hit the downtown. Good news. The bad news was it was still pretty bad between the heat, the firestorms, and all the other stuff. And when they reconstructed Night City, which is currently going on, by the way, to eventually become what many of you may know as Night City Cyberpunk 2077, they shoved an awful lot of the old city into the bay as fill. You know, you got radioactive stuff. You got to do something with it. Put it underneath some dirt and hopefully nobody digs it up, right? Right. So they tore down what was the old center city. Then they basically covered it with several dozen feet of dirt, cleaned up, and sooner or later they decided it was safe to redevelop it. So you are in a new club, Club Paradox. It is a really nice club. One of the interesting things about it is that it has holographic inner walls, which means effectively the club can change what the venue looks like quite a bit based on who's playing. So, you know, they go around the artists and they say, you know, you're going to be doing a gig tonight. What kind of, you know, feel do you want to have in a club tonight? And so they came to Knox, Aria, and they said, Knox, they've secured you for a week-long gig, and this is a pretty good step up for you. You know, this is good. The club is hot, you're hotter, and getting hotter, and what do you want to shape the club to look like tonight? And don't say purple and pink and blue, because that's the entire city around you.
Cool. Well, let me just reconfigure what I'm about to say then. So I want it to look like a disco ball.
Okay.
I just want everybody to I want everybody to need to wear their sunglasses inside. I want it shiny. I want it just super reflective. I want everybody to be able to, I want everybody's selfies ruined by how much
Okay.
of the refraction
Okay.
is in this
So
place.
the rest of you have gotten tickets to come in and see Nox doing her thing. And, well, let's see.
Mike, did Knox give a ticket at the door for serial killer? Did she leave the ticket at the door? Or am I paying with all the other riffraff?
I would assume that you're rolling up with
are
me.
all rolling up.
Oh.
Well, no, you're already there because they had to ask you about setup. But tickets are on you. You say who you want to have get tickets.
Oh no, my people rolling with me.
Okay.
I want everybody jealous of everybody I'm with. Just
Okay.
this is the crew. This is the crew you want to be a part of.
Okay,
I'm in the band.
You're in the band. You are the band. It does not happen without you. Okay, so I assume that if Nox is walking in, on her arm will be cereal, most likely, or at least trying to be on her arm.
We'll see. We'll see how well he does.
Yeah, well,
Does he have to roll? Does he have to roll for that?
Yes.
I think that's the lady's choice.
I think you should make him roll for that.
Okay, roll for that.
Mike, what am I rolling? And give me the number.
Okay. We're going to call this, because essentially you're trying to talk her into like being nice with you and so forth. So we're going to look at this as persuasion. And
we're still a very will they or won't they at this moment.
yeah, I know.
So he's got to
What are
roll.
you talking about? You know you're in love with him.
I want to know if anyone out there in the audience is shipping these two, because I want to see the fanfic. All right? Fanfic, come on.
It's a D10, right?
Yeah, you roll a D10.
And then
You roll your, okay, you roll your, in this case, I'm going to have you roll your charisma, or equivalent of that, which is cool.
I'm super cool.
Okay, and you should have a persuasion in there too under that.
So I have persuasion is a 10 total.
Ooh, total 10. Roll 1d10 and tell me what you get.
All right, where's my 8? Oh, I got it. All right, 15.
Matt, I can't take you anywhere, I swear to God. But at any rate, 15, he's not embarrassing you. At least he's not wearing the clown suit this time.
All right.
I sort of think of your dates as kind of like what the dates must have been like in Jurassic World when Chris Pratt is talking to, Bryce Dallas Howard. And they're saying, "Who shows up wearing shorts?" It was the tropics. So yeah, you're an odd couple.
Yes, it's exactly like that. I suggest to the entire guy. I suggest to everyone that we get earpieces so that we can be in communication. And I want to pretend like I'm security. So I'll be pushing people back to make her a little more flossy.
Do you like this? Are you good with this, Nox?
I'm very good with this, and I'll
Okay.
say to Serial, thank you for making some sort of an effort tonight.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you for wearing pants.
I will
Thank
say
you for wearing
also,
pants.
I am so proud of you. I've never had anyone rise this high in the world, and I'm behind you 100%, and I got your back. So if I can make you, and so I literally am like, everything I'm doing tonight is trying not to mess up, Mike.
Okay.
Hey, between you and me, and I'll just like lean in really close. I'll be like, I'm just a dumb kid who got lucky. But then I'll like go back and like, hi, yes, thank you. And I'll like pose for pictures.
Cameras are doing pictures.
That's
People's
like
cyber
every
eyes are
single
flashing.
entire
Okay. You walk into the room, and because you've already made your preferences generally known, the room starts swirling as all the hollow walls come up. And the room begins to swirl with candles first. And candles are in the walls. Some of them are coming up and circling around the floor, reflecting to the ceiling. And as you watch, the candles get brighter and brighter until you're standing in a flare of thousands and thousands of blinding candle flames circling you from every wall, the ceiling, the floor.
This is amazing.
And you hear an announcer say, "Ladies and gentlemen of the Paradox Club, put your hands together for Nox." Oh yeah. and people start applauding because, well, they know a bit about you. You've done some pretty cool things. You're beginning to get a name. You're not dead yet, so you do not have a drink named after you, which is probably good. And yeah, I was really amused at the idea of a Johnny Silverhand. I actually made one last night. It's really tough to get the right beer. Okay, so they're plotting. You notice also that the floors are mimetic. They will shift and things move. So as you go through and you're looking for like a place to sit, sections of the floor rise up. You can sort of see basic hydraulics, you know, so that you'll have a cube of a table and then another part of a cube, and the table is now sort of organized like a chessboard, partially with seats between it. So people can sit down and see each other. It's all a very flexible arrangement. And looking it over, who's our tech in the crew again? Yeah, okay, we have Serial.
But I'm not. When you say tech,
I seem to remember Too Tall and Isolate have some background in this.
I do have some tech. That is correct.
Yeah. Okay.
I do not as much.
Okay.
I've got a 6 in tech.
Okay. Too Tall. Make a shot at it.
Nine plus 6, 14.
14, not bad. Okay. So here's the deal. You look this over and you realize that to do that requires either a really sophisticated AI system or somebody sitting behind the scenes who's watching everyone move through the room and adjusting the environment around them. And you also remember way in the back, you saw something, short video or something, that at one point the government was trying to design a simulator room that they could send combat troops in that was going to do that, so they could run around, shoot at things, and so forth like that. In other words, a prototype for what in Star Trek they would call the holodeck. This reminds you of that article. Paladin, you saw that program the military did a long time ago. It didn't work really well. So the technology hasn't been moving forward very much, but you know that it doesn't have military applications right now. They pretty much said, yeah, like the rubber inflatable escape aircraft, we're going to pass on this.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
No problem.
So, Knox, you stride in. They have a table right at ringside. You see the floor going to a stage. Stair steps come up, but at first there's an opening act, and the guy who comes on, he's primarily a visual singer. So what he's got going is things as he sings that materialize using holographic effects around him. So he thinks anger and sings of darkness. You'll start seeing thunderclouds just out of nowhere swirling around him, lightning. And he's basically singing a lot of just sort of sad and down love songs, kind of in the "You Left Me Behind" and "I Kind of Hate Your Guts."
Okay. Not the vibe I was going for tonight, but
right. But he's the warm-up act, and you kind of feel like, yeah, it's like a Taylor Swift concert, but without the fun. Yeah. Let me tell you about my last breakup.
Oh.
Ow.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so after a while, he does his set, it's like, it was tragedy. Goes black. He steps out. The swirl is now still moving around, and now Knox. So, Knox, stand up there and tell me what you do. Tell me about your gig. Tell me about your style, your flair.
Just
Why do
do
people come to see you? I was hoping we'd be able to get you to sing, but
Oh,
I do hear noise in the background, so you have an audience.
There is an audience. I was not prepared for any singing, so I don't know what's going to happen right now. But
Knocks.
I will stand up on the table, and there's a giant bottle of champagne that was already prepared on the table. And I'll take that and I'll smash it against the wall.
Okay.
For when it breaks.
All right. You've launched the ship.
And
now what?
Just like wait for the applause, toss it.
Okay.
And then head towards the stage.
You knock some little old lady down.
Oh no.
Thank you,
What's she doing in a club? All right.
You kidding? You respect your elders, young lady, or I'll come kick your ass. I'll kick your butt.
I'm just surprised she's in the club right now. All right. Okay.
You cannot keep little old ladies away from a club in a place where there's gambling. Trust me.
You know, I respect that.
Yeah.
I will make my way towards the stage with fanfare, but like try stealthily, like my earpiece. I'll just say to the crew, like, do you notice anything unusual?
Do we notice anything unusual, Mike?
Yes, you're incredibly beautiful tonight. Go get him. You got this, Knox.
Not really. You have a really mixed crowd. Refresh our memories for those of us who have been following your illustrious career through episodes 1 through 3. Tell us a bit about your music. What do you sing, Knox?
She does kind of like a pop avant-garde tech kind of
pick someone close maybe that might work. Are you somewhere between the Taylor Swift and Lady Gaga, or further out in Enya?
I'm more of like if Lady Gaga was actually an alien, but like really like techno music, and it's
okay. So it's electronic. I probably would listen to you. Okay, so you're going to basically have a lot more electronic effects, and you're going to have basically a fairly sophisticated crowd. That's what's running with what's called Techno Shock right now.
I like full fanfare.
Right. So the Techno Shock crew, you're going to be getting pretty upscale corpse. You're going to be getting a somewhat younger crowd that's interested and wants to be seen as the hip crowd. The little lady stands out to you, but if you stopped and did some library research, you'd find that she was once a pop singer too, a while back, and she wants to what the new kids are doing. She might even be an agent now. You've heard rumors.
Oh.
So you may not have wanted to hit her with the champagne bottle.
I might want to talk to her later.
Right. Okay. Hang on a second. Let's get this back where I want it. All right. So the rest of the crowd is, like I said, a mix. Most of it is fairly well-heeled. Paradox is expensive. 4 stars on the little 5-star meter, so it's not super exclusive. Who wants to do a deeper search of the room, scanning for anything that stands out? Oh boy, yeah, okay. So perception, check it. Awareness rolls.
Awareness or perception?
Awareness.
I don't have awareness. I have perception.
Awareness. Sorry, perception. Remember, I'm bouncing between 3 different systems right now. Okay, so you have you have perception.
That is a 27, Mike.
Okay. Anybody else want to chime in?
Yeah, not as good for me, but that's a 14.
Okay. You see the average crowd. You, Paladin, notice there's one guy. He's sort of in not a corner, but in a place where he can command a view of the room. You figure if you were setting up a club, this would be the important person's spot. He's, you figure, mid 30s, for dressed very, very subdued but high fashion corp that just reeks money. He's ridiculously good looking in a way that isn't visibly good looking, if you know what I mean. That sort of George Clooney good looking.
Matthew Lillard. Matthew Lillard.
Matt, Matt, you stand out. People look at you and go, "Yeah, he's ridiculous." Wait a minute, good looking.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You see
Okay,
me.
but this is more. But this is more that I would say more on that Henry Cavill kind of level, where you don't go, "Oh my God," but you go, "Yeah, that's not bad." Okay. Knox is going, "Are you kidding, Henry Cavill?" I don't know whether she's laughing at the idea or not, but we do a lot of Witcher stuff over here for obvious reasons. So, he stands out mainly because a person like that usually has about half a dozen bodyguards around him. And you, Paladin, having done bodyguard, go, and you start looking for his backup. You don't see any as far as you can tell. And he doesn't fit, he doesn't stand out in terms of anything he's doing. He stands out in terms of that he just looks even higher class clientele than an already pretty higher class club. That's what you got.
I point him out to the rest of the crew.
Hey, okay. What do you guys do with it?
Keep an eye on him.
Okay. So, Knox, you get up, you start doing your set. And unfortunately, I can't have you actually sing on stage. But actually, we did have at one point when I was in New Caledonia, somebody who actually did sing the entire thing while somebody else actually played music on their phone. I was amazed.
Next time we're prepping that. We're doing it.
There's no better time than the present, Nora. We can.
Oh, there are better times.
I can make that happen.
There are better times.
I've
it's
got
called the
internet
future.
at my fingertips. If
It's
you need a
called the
karaoke
future.
track, I've got.
Pick some.
It's called the future when we're prepared for it.
I'm 100% prepared for duet right now. Whatever we islands in the stream.
You can't sing "Endless Love in the Dark."
Endless, yes.
Endless love. Oh, wait a minute. Remember, kids, it's got to be PG.
It's all good.
So no Barry White.
I think if you could do techno islands in the stream, I'm there. We got to do that.
Okay, Jason, start looking on the internet.
We're gonna do a playlist.
What's that Bonnie
Next
Tyler?
Game.
What's that Bonnie
I need
Tyler
a hero?
song?
I need it. Oh God,
the other one.
I Need a Hero. I don't know.
Davis Eyes? No, that's
okay.
Kim Carnes.
We'll be ready for this.
We're doing this live next time.
Love is a battlefield.
Love is a battlefield.
We cannot go any further until she sings. I have to stop.
Jason's busy typing furiously.
And Mike, I'm gonna
I promise you next time. I promise you singing next time.
Come on, just one line of "We Are Young."
We are. I don't know the rest of the words.
All right.
You just blew out the speakers.
I probably did. I'm sorry. I sing very loud.
That was amazing.
Warned my housemates. My cat's probably freaking out right now.
Yes, my dog just ran inside and said, "Who did you kill?" Okay, so while we're doing that, we'll assume that you're singing "Love is a Battlefield" in the audience.
Yes, we're
imagine
doing the cover.
Sing along in your head. I know that at least a dozen of you have already run over to the internet or on YouTube looking this up right now. So while she's playing, you notice, some people are starting to get up. They're, clapping. They're getting into it and a whole bit like that. The club is coming alive. As the club comes alive, you also notice a slight commotion at the back of the club. And you see 4 people, 2 men, 2 women, also expensively dressed. They are trying to come into the club. And they're not wearing, no, sorry, I'm in the wrong time zone. They do not have A, reservations, or B, table space for them right now, so they're asking them to wait. And one of the men is looking fairly aggro about it. He's kind of leaning over the poor person who's dealing with the maitre d' tasks, who's scanning their tablet to see if there's any place they can put these people, and they want a really nice place. And he brushes past the maitre d', and his date takes his arm, and they sweep in the middle of all this loud, happy raucous going on from Knox's routine. And you can see them scanning around the room like, all right, where do we go? And meanwhile, the other two people come in, but they're not as self-assured at this point.
Mike, can I do a perception check to see if I recognize them?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. Now, is it a local check or is it just a...
This is local. These people appear to be in-towners.
Okay, I have 15 on that.
Okay. Yes, actually, what you're looking at is the guy who strode in is actually a fairly high-level exec over at Militech. He's in marketing, and you don't have a name, but you've run across him mentioned in a couple databases you've hacked through. So you know he's kind of a, yeah, we're PG-13. He's not a nice guy. He's pretty arrogant.
Is he dangerous?
He thinks he is.
Okay.
And as you know, execs usually have teams that do things for them. I have a guy for that. And so he's probably got a pretty dangerous team. You're just not seeing it. He may not have brought them to this gig.
Well, we're Knox's team, right?
Yeah. So yeah, he thinks he walks in. He starts to like wave at Knox, but his date kind of stink eyes him, and he turns back and goes, "It's okay, it's cool, baby." And they scan around. The maitre d' has kind of pushed the two people who were following them back and is trying to catch up to this couple that you've just ID'd. They are walking and looking, and people are dancing. You're kind of pushing them aside. That kind of really arrogant, entitled thing going on. I have more money than you can possibly imagine, you know. If people still talk through their teeth, he would be one of those people who talked through his teeth with a bad British accent, sort of thing. In other words, he's a real turkey.
I'm going to make my way towards the door.
Okay.
I'm going to accidentally smack my shoulder into the guy as I'm walking by.
Which guy? Him?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, this ought to be good. You smack, and he turns, his eyes are alight, and he reaches as though he's getting something out of a breast pocket, and his date says, no, not here. I'm having such a lovely time. And he puts whatever he was going to take out of the pocket back, and he looks at you with this kind of, I'm going to remember you look.
I look back at him, give him a look, and do this, and keep on walking.
Unfortunately, he's not Australian, so he doesn't get that one. But nice. He does know that you flipped him off in one form or another. So yeah, he's just remembering you. And you kind of figure he's probably actually got cyberized. He's probably clicked you, and he'll figure out where you are sooner or later.
Did I feel anything as I smacked into him?
One of the arms, possibly the one that you smacked into, is probably cybered, but it's real skin covered, not really well done.
Okay.
And part of it is there's a tendency among the corporates these days, execs do partially covered cyberware. So, you know, it's like, my hand is a hand because I have to shake your hand, but the rest of my arm is metal, and if you don't look way the heck up my sleeve, you don't see the transition points. So that's a fashion right now among execs. And his date says, "Oh, look over there," and you see them turn and start walking towards the guy who is sitting at the table, the really expensive guy.
Connected. Those two are connected.
They appear to be connected. Okay, so I'm going to start around. We know what Too Tall did. Knox, you are busy in the middle of your set.
I am, but do I notice all of
You've
this
got
going on?
brilliant lights in your face and a pounding music behind you. Nah, not really.
All right, I'm just doing my thing.
Okay, you're doing your thing and doing it beautifully. Okay, Serial,
Yeah.
what are you doing? I'm just starting around the table as I see it.
Yeah, I attack. I don't attack. Listen,
I do not attack in the middle of the crowded club when no one's done
no.
anything yet.
I would never do that. Beast would do that, and then I back him up. In this moment, as he waves to Nox, I think it's essential to insert myself in Nox's like area to like reassert myself as her primary interest and not the rich guy.
Well, you know, I feel like I'm listening to Nature Channel here. The serial killer will insert himself into
that's gross. I didn't mean it like that.
Is this a lecking ground we're dealing with here?
No,
are you gonna like carry feathers and dance around her?
No, this is both males doing their mating dance.
I just want to make
sure. I've seen that in bars before, actually.
I'm just saying that on this night, it is the only thing I'm concerned about is I don't want to screw up. This is a big night for me and for Nox to try to make an impression on her. And so what I want her to know is that I didn't shoot the guy that waved at her. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do, which is to get her 6, to make sure she's safe, and that if she needs anything, a glass of water, a glass of champagne, that I could steal off somebody else's table, like whatever.
Okay.
To steal for her. So
okay, I'm enjoying this. I would just like to say, by the way, Mr. Lillard, that my wife, upon watching you actually throw things up during the last game, said this man is a gift to GMs.
Oh, thanks.
Occasionally, you get somebody who's really like, you throw them in the rest of the party, and the rest of the party goes, "Yeah, he's doing weird stuff. I guess we'll follow what he's doing."
Yeah,
so you're our official weird guy.
I'm the weird guy, but my only weirdness tonight is to support Nox in this incredible night. That's my only mission.
Okay, well, you're in there doing your thing.
If something goes wrong, I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah, you didn't have to get involved with Too Tall banging past this guy, and they are now, like I said, walking towards the really nice table. Obviously, the fine table, the executive table. Let's see. So let's go take a look at Isolate.
Did you say? Yeah. Did you say he has a crew with him?
No,
clearly
he does not. He had two other people. He had another couple that he came in with.
Yeah.
And they're not as confident as he is. Obviously, he's thinking, "Yeah, I'm Mr. Bad." You know.
Okay.
Militic, we own this town.
Right. I want to take a look around the room and see if there's any of his people embedded. Like if there's anyone watching, if he's got anybody else in the area watching the situation.
You should make a check with a perception.
Yeah, I should. I will. And what attribute am I adding to that, Mike? So it's perception plus what?
Int.
14.
Okay. You don't see anybody particularly. It's a really loud, noisy, crazy club.
Sure.
Now, you're solo, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, as a solo, you can take combat awareness and you can apply it to different things. I don't know if you have your notes that I gave you the last time, but take a look and see where you might want to apply it. The whole trick on solos, for those of you in the audience, is that solos are tacticians more than they are just guys with guns. They know how to read a room. They know how to make choices. A solo could at least run a small army company if he had to. Okay,
so I'm going to, Mike, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 points to threat detection.
Okay.
So I get a +2 on awareness.
Okay, so we'll pick that up the next turn. Remember
Yep.
that?
Yep.
Okay. And remind me when we come up to it again. Okay, then. So we've rolled around. It's isolate. Let's go talk to the paladin.
When the gentleman walked in from Miltech and Too Tall
Uh-huh.
bumped him, did the high roller at the fine table did he give any reaction or anything like that? Because I've been keeping my eye on that guy.
He had gotten up to applaud Knox at the end of that particular set. And so, but he's still standing at his table and he sees that momentarily. You are watching, so I'm going to give this to you. He read it and obviously noticed it as a problem and then dismissed it in a sense of the way you would do it, because you two are a solo. So yeah, this guy's got solo chops. He may look like a corporate, but he's got solo chops.
Okay.
Okay, so it's
Got it.
kind of that thing of like you've got a gunslinger in the middle of a club somewhere and some punk comes in and is throwing his weight around. The gunslinger looks over and goes, do I have to shoot him? Nah, I'll shoot him later. Or whatever. He's not, and nobody else is really noticing this much because it is a loud club. There's a lot of people. There's blinding lights thanks to Knox's choice of thematics. And let's move on to Lucky.
Yeah, so I'll I'll kind of make my way around the room a little bit so I can get a good angle on that table. But my goal is to talk to the bartender and the server who are working that table and give them fat tips and be like, "What can you tell me about the people who are at that table?"
The people or the person?
Are
we talking about the guy? Are we talking the expensive guy or the two people who are walking towards the table at this moment?
Oh yeah, if they haven't made it there yet, I just want to know about the guy who's sitting there.
Oh, yes. He is a regular, comes in about once a week, twice a week, and spends a big chunk of change, usually buying other people's tabs.
Do you have a name? What does he call himself?
He says we've never gotten his name.
Okay. Well, if you can get his name.
I heard somebody call him once Bruce.
You know, if you can figure it out, I'll double that little tip I gave you.
I'll see what I can do.
All right. And I'll just sit back and kind of take an angle on things and try to observe what my party's doing and be ready to back them up.
Okay. And we're on to Too Tall, who just went smack into the guy.
I just kind of keep on walking, get my back to the wall when I get across the room.
Okay.
And just look around to see if anything else is going on.
Okay, then. So, Knox, the lights are dimming down as you go into your second set, and you notice this really good-looking guy, expensively dressed, and he's looking at you. He doesn't like come on or like, hey babe, anything like that.
She does not recognize him. There's no way.
He is appreciative, and you can tell that just from his look. It's a slight smile.
She's not paying any attention to him,
Knox,
Mike.
Okay. Serial, don't make me mute you. Okay. Knox.
I so appreciate Serial's jealousy.
Yeah, I do not know, by the way, what your personal tastes are. So find the person that, if it is male, fake it if it isn't, but find the person that fits that interest level to you, and that's where this person's broadcasting.
Seeing as how in the city that we're in, we don't see very many, I would say we don't see very many like suits, people that stand out of that stature.
Yeah.
In many places.
No.
So he catches my eye, not for the reason that makes Serial jealous, but he catches my attention, and I'm just kind of keeping an eye on. I'm trying to. I know that the lights are dimmed and it's hard for me to see, but I'm as much as I'm, in my performance, I'm very much just trying to keep an eye on like where everybody else in my
Okay.
crew is in the crowd, and I'm like, if they're with eye movements, like, are they clocking this person?
Okay. Okay. As it turns out, it's Matt's turn. So unmute Matt. Matt.
I'm unmuted.
I'm unmuted. Oh God.
Do I
almost feel like I
have
should.
any acid on me? Can I scar his face?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I thought you meant the other kind.
I just have to. Lisa.
Thank you for clarifying
hear
that
this?
because I was so going with
Okay.
LSD.
Yeah,
there for a
I didn't
second.
know where you were going.
Yeah,
with
I
that
was
either.
around
Oh.
here. That's a decent club drug. Thank you.
Oh, then I for sure
You have some acid,
immediately-
yes, but it's the wrong kind. You splash in his face, and 10 minutes later, he's like, "Look at the colors."
Yeah. I just need to take him out. Mike, I will go. Can I look around and see if there's a dealer around?
There's probably dealers all over the place. It'd like a few minutes to find out who is a dealer and who is
I
a
will
user.
take that. I'll take a 10 on trying to find somebody to provide something, and I'm going to
Okay.
look for and that is PG-13, so I don't want to be disrespectful, but I'm going to look for somebody that can provide some kind of
Like black lace or something like that.
Something, yeah.
One
Something
of our
nasty.
made-up evil drugs that we have in the made-up evil game.
Right, in the made up evil game, I will see if I can. I'm going to pocket some of that, and
Okay,
if I get a chance, I'm going to make my way with a little sleight of hand.
I'm going to
Maybe
leave
go
you.
to the
I'm
pub.
going to leave you pocketing it right now because that's going to take some
Okay.
time.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're busy trying to score someone's drugs. It's not that hard because people do have things out on the tables, and
Sure.
you guys may remember in '77 there are those inhaler type things, so there are options and they're out there usually.
I just want to say though, in my quest to find something to ruin this guy's
for
night,
drugs.
I am going to make sure that I am not leaving Nox, that her 6 is still going to be protected. I'll say to Beast, or I'll say to Paladin, and I'll say to Isolate. I'm on a mission. Make sure nobody gets near Nox.
Okay.
That's a legit order from the serial killer.
Okay, so while that is going on and Serial's going on, we slide on over to Isolate, and then we'll go over to Too Tall.
All right. Anything with that awareness boost, Mike, for the room as this is happening?
The room is really loud and really rowdy. You pick up from that awareness that Serial is up to something, not really hiding it well.
Right.
You pick up that the guy at the guy at the table who had been standing up and was applauding Nox looks at her, and then about that point you notice that his eyes snap over momentarily to the ruckus at the door, and then even though he's not looking like he's paying attention, he's kind of keeping an eye on it. And you realize, yeah, this guy is obviously something like some kind of solo or something.
Okay.
He deals with it in a way you've seen both Paladin and Isolate and Paladin and other solos deal with these sorts of things, which is that same kind of awareness.
Okay. So I'm going to keep an eye on him very, very specifically, and I'm going to communicate that to Paladin.
Okay. As it turns out, Paladin is next. Paladin, you've now been told by Serial, who thinks he's your boss, to keep an eye on Nox, and you're getting words from Isolate. Tell me what you're up to.
I'm just kind of hanging out, watching the crowd, keeping an eye on the guy, the people in the, the highfalutin corner, and I'm making sure that everybody hopefully gets to go home with all their fingers and toes and no extra holes.
Okay. All right then. So Lucky. Lucky? You're unmuted? You're muted.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Took me a second there. I apologize. Like I said, I think I'm just I'm gonna be observing. Did this couple make it to the table?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there's a conversation going on, and you are close enough to actually hear it. Too Tall kind of walked through and out the other side. Paladin is up near the stage, keeping an eye on Nox. Isolate is keeping an eye on Nox. And that means that you are the only person free, and you're kind of close enough to see that. And you basically hear, I think you're in my seat. I think you're at our table. And the man who stood up, expensively dressed, says, I'm sorry, but I don't think so. And he says, no, I'm sure of it. Absolutely. And the other gentleman stands up and says, no, really. Let's not cause a scene. I'll cause a scene if I... And without missing a beat, the guy in the really nice suit, who was at the table originally, basically slams 2 fingers into the guy's solar plexus. And the guy kind of arches for a moment. You can see it, lucky because you're looking for it. And he staggers, his eyes cross, and if I remember right, Isolate's watching him, right? Okay, Isolate, you notice that the reaction, because you're picking up your total solo, the reaction is more than just you took one into solar plexus. You think he tasered him.
Okay.
And the guy, the man in a suit, who as let's see, I think Lucky was the one who asked the bartender.
Yeah.
As Bruce.
Yeah.
Takes the guy's arm and holds him up for a minute and says, are you feeling all right? I'm sorry. And he says to one of the waiters, would you mind finding them a seat? I think he's taken ill. And they basically, he excuses himself to the woman who is with the man who just taken one in the chest, and basically says, if you wish, here, you're not looking well, why don't you take my seat? And he gets up and moves away, and the guy who was trying to get that table almost falls into the table. He really was hurt by whatever this guy did to him. And the Bruce walks around and says to the waiter kind of quietly, the other 2, let them come as well, and give them whatever they want, put it on my tab. And he walks out. Okay, top of the hill, Daly City. On to the 3rd set. And we'll take it from the top with the center of all the action, Miss Nox. Are you? Nox, 3rd set.
All right, my lyrics kind of shift, and
Okay.
I'm going to sing out, Are We Gonna Be Okay? As like a nudge nudge to my group, because I could listen. I can't say anything, but I'm going to listen. So I'm going to be kind of changing my lyrics around.
Okay.
To kind of send messages out.
Okay. So you're sending messages, and you notice that the tall, good-looking guy, there was some kind of kerfluffle at his table, and then he helped this other guy and his girlfriend sit down at the table, and he left after saying something to the waitron. So that's what you can see from the blinding lights of the stage.
Right. But I do sing that out in hopes that my group will relay some sort of message back as to what's happening.
Okay. So that's you, Nox. Let's go back to your erstwhile boyfriend, who's now scored at least 1.5 tons dosages of synth crack or something. What do you want? Are you looking for hallucinogens or knock them on the floor or what?
I undid my video. Are we all right?
Okay. Oh, you mean undid your video? Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah.
accidentally hit instead of mute, I hit video. Okay.
Yeah, we're still good.
So, Mike, I'm going to get as close as I can to this monster who's trying to hit on my girl.
Which monster? The one who just is leaving?
I'm going to look at whoever has the highest charisma. I'm getting close to him and I'm going to palm this nasty street synth hallucinogen in my hand.
Okay. Okay. What you notice is Bruce, as Lucky has found out, is walking out. I love that name, Bruce. It's so nerdly. At any rate, you notice that he's walking out. He's had a conversation with the other jerk who just came in with his girlfriend, the Militech jerk. And the Militech jerk folded for some reason. And he helped him sit down in his booth and is leaving. So that's what you've got. He's walking towards the door and you intercept him?
If he's on his way out the door, he is not of interest to me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could still try to get him. Because as he reaches the door, he turns around and he looks at Knox directly. And he smiles. And it's not a flirtation. It's more like, it's a promise, baby.
Good. I think that's good. So as he's making that promise with his sultry, sexy eyes, I'm going to try to.
It's not really obvious, but you're on the lecking ground right now. You're walking around going.
Yes. And I'm
it's like two humpback. Knox, do you feel like two humpback males are fighting over you here?
Listen,
the humpback males.
It's not a fight if he doesn't know it's about to hit that fool. So
okay.
This is a Planet Earth series now. We're doing this.
I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And that's when.
And that's when the fight started. It on Animal Planet.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that whatever that thing is. We'll call it the synth. I'm gonna take the synth. I'm gonna take a little water. I'm gonna pour it on my hand. All right.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna fall into him and smash the thing on the back of his neck so that it rolls down his back. So he now has the synth with water on his skin on his back.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'll add
before we do that, let's see something. Oh, frog. Okay. Matt. oh, geez. Okay, Matt. Do you have dodge? Yes, you do.
Yeah, of course I have dodge. I'm lithe.
Okay.
I'm very lithe.
Dex and dodge together and a D10 roll.
Okay. You mean evasion?
30.
Is that evasion?
Yeah, evasion. Beat 30.
I got a. How is he getting a 30? I got a 20.
Because he open-ended on it.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
You roll
open end, you take that, and you roll another 10 to find out how big he went, basically.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. You are saying, excuse me, what did you roll?
I got 20. I
20,
rolled
okay.
An 8. On a D10, I rolled an 8.
That was nice.
Yeah, and it wasn't even close.
You open-ended. You would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling. Never mind.
Meddling kids.
Yeah. I just realized who I said that to. Okay, so here's the thing. He snaps around as the cold water hits the back of his neck. He snaps around and grabs you by the throat.
Okay.
And he's holding you for a second, and you say, sorry, and he says,
no, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I didn't say sorry. I said, I'm about to throw up.
He says,
oh.
Okay, you're getting ready, and he lifts you out of his way, and you realize this guy is strong. Can't wait till the drugs hit him. And he kind of puts you down away from him. You're not throwing up yet because he's holding your windpipe shut.
Okay.
He's just Darth freaking Vadered you.
Oh, so I have a handful of synth and water. Do I hit him with that? I got him.
You did. You hit him all. It's all smeared across the back of his neck. That's why he attacked you. It appears
And
to
then
be
I'll say,
instinctive.
okay, I got it now. I'm like, I'm sorry. Have a fantastic night, bro.
He says, I'm sure I will. You
Yeah,
too.
so am I, dummy.
Okay. And he walks away.
Pretty soon he'll be flying away. Thank you. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. And once again, Matt does sneaky. Okay. I love it. All right, then. So, Knox, you see Matt fall over somebody, the guy that you were talking to. I'll let you figure out what you do in the next round, but right now it's rolled over to, let's see, isolate.
All
so
right.
this guy,
Yeah.
this
Go
guy
ahead.
you saw, he got up, he helped the other guy. Obviously, you think he stiffed armed him or something, and dropped this guy because the guy's still in the booth. And he's kind of like slumped in the booth. And he's going, and she's going, and she's like fussing. And the other couple come up. They're being guided by the Waitron and the maitre d' and they are all looking concerned as well. And he's like, he can't even get out curse words. And you see the other guy had gotten up, Bruce, and he walked out through the door. He turned and he smiled, and not in a real like, hey baby, come on look, but kind of in an appreciative smile directly at Knox. So it's more eye contact than anything else. And then as he's turning, Cyril staggers by and slaps him on the back of the neck with something that is bright blue. Okay.
Okay.
I have a color dial. It's great.
This, just so I have it clear, Bruce is the one that was standing that I was watching.
Yes.
Solo. He's the solo. Okay.
Yes. And isolate when he slaps him on the back of the neck, you see the guy turn faster than you've probably seen anyone but a trained solo, and grab Cyril by the throat. I mean, just like
yeah. Does he currently still have him by the throat?
As you're watching, Cyril's like, I guess, and basically he sets Cyril down about 3 feet away.
Okay.
And you see, it's like a crane picks him up and puts him down
and deposits him. Okay.
And deposits him.
Okay.
Cyril, by the way, you have bruises on your throat.
Okay. Can I tell which direction Bruce is heading now? Once he's placed him
out
down.
Of the club. He goes out of the club.
Okay.
And you notice as he goes by, the maitre d' smiles, and other people, seem to know and nod to him.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna cross the floor to Cyril to make sure that Cyril's okay.
Cyril, except for that, you've got your vengeance because he's gonna have a fun night tonight. But you have basically black and blue marks around your throat, and you feel like you were in a vice.
I'll say to isolate. That arm is not what it looks like.
Around Night City, it's not a typical thing.
It's not a normal arm. But then I'll look back to Knox to make sure that she saw that he's gone, and then I'll get in the crowd and start dancing.
You look over, you see Knox, and she's got this wistful look on her face. No, I'm putting words in Knox's mouth.
I'm gonna head to the door, Mike, I'm gonna head to the door and just look out the door and watch that Bruce is leaving, or if he's like where he's kind of headed.
He goes out. Somebody summons a car for him. This is a pretty classy place, and he gets into essentially a really nice roadster. Hang on a second. I will give you the brand because it's always fun.
Say that in your Russian accent, please, because I missed the Russian accent. Where is the Russian accent?
He gets
into I haven't spoken yet.
He gets into a Benson Cascade, which
a Benson Cascade. Okay.
Yeah,
and
essentially.
You could narrate what you're doing.
Okay. Well, I want to look at these license plate, please.
Yes, that's it, actually.
Okay.
Is there a
Night
way
City,
to?
BTM 0001.
BTM
Modified
0001.
modifier 001.
Got it. Thank you.
Cyberpunk thing.
I mean, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This. Okay, so actually, it is Nox's turn.
All right. So
Just
here's
to
what I'd
react,
like to do.
and then we'll
Just
be going over to Beast, and then
I'm at the mercy of the DM here because in a
Mercy.
higher end club like such as this where there's a lot of fanfare, I would be doing costume changes which would require me to go either backstage or through a trap door.
you have a backstage. This is a
Yeah,
club.
so this is the part of the song where like I would usually do a costume change, and so I keep singing, but I head back while my dancers come out and do their thing, and it's kind
Okay.
of like so I head back and take off my, like, I'm just in a black bodysuit, but all the extra stuff is taken off. I grab my stuff. My tech hair kind of changes from a powder blue to a darker purple. And I want to make my way back into the crowd to see like if everything's okay.
Are you done with your set?
No, I'm still singing. I'm doing this with the like, everything's fine, everything's cool, like everything's normal in my set.
No one's up there, and you're singing.
I'm singing, but don't I have it's the usual lights and fanfare, but this is usually
Right now,
my
people are
costume.
wondering whether you're doing. Basically, if you show up in that room,
Mhm.
someone will recognize you, no matter what you are doing, because your face didn't change, and you don't have holographic capability to do that. Hair
All right,
color.
well, I
So
guess
they're
we're
gonna
doing
think
this.
they're going to think it's going to be a costume change.
Yeah.
How can I explain this?
But I guess
You ever
consequences.
watch watch an anime called Macross Frontier?
No.
Go look up for ideas. Go look up the character Cheryl Nome in there and see what you can do with costume changes.
Okay, even if this fails miserably,
Yes.
this is my intention, and we're just gonna go with it. Like,
Okay.
how does this play out? I want to go and see how how everybody's
Your
doing.
peeps are. Okay.
Yeah, I get a bad
they
vibe.
think what's going to happen is you will not do this invisibly. Everyone, including whatever backup dancers, whatever you have, will think you're doing a costume change. And since you're not stopping singing, they're effectively going along with it. They're thinking, yeah, she's doing this. And so when you come out, your dancers will dance around you as part of this. Okay. Except for Left Hand Shark, he doesn't get it.
Yeah, left hand shark will be doing his own thing. It's fine. We're doing this. I tried it. We're gonna go with it.
And you guys, you have her dancing through. Are you like just in the middle of the floor? Are you doing a conga line with Left Hand Shark? What are you doing?
Listen, I tried to sneak, but once I realized that, like, oh, people still recognize me, I'm gonna still kind of do the choreography, but kind of towards Serial to be like, have you killed anybody? What's going on? What's the situation here?
Whatever. Okay, well, you're dancing. In that case, I'm kind of having you conga lining around, going places.
Okay.
And the
sure,
audience
that's what
is
we're doing.
loving it. The audience, they're thinking, wow, this is a rock girl who's got it going on. Okay, so you get by Serial. I'll have you wave to Serial. We won't have him talk to you for a minute because it is actually Paladin's turn.
How's Solar Plexus McGee doing in the corner?
He's starting to get his color back. You as a solo realize, yeah, you can hit somebody in the solar plexus and they'll be screwed up for a while, but this was something more. You know?
Okay.
So you're kind of going, whoever this guy, basically your immediate assessment is this guy, you know, may look like a corporate, but he's got moves like he actually is not just a pro, but a very high level pro.
Got it. And real quick, Mike, are we still rich from when we took that ship? So we have we have more money than we know what to do with.
Yes. I'm taking it away from you next game, but not this game.
But not this game. I'm incredibly wealthy this game. Right now, I have more money.
This is Cyberpunk.
Okay.
You could be incredibly wealthy one week and the next be in a trash can. Come back.
Okay,
you know
isolate. You got my back?
Of course.
I'm going to go pick a fight.
Okay. So
Okay.
you're headed out to go find Bruce and pick a fight?
No, I'm going to the corner table with Solar Plexus McGee.
Oh, okay. You're on the way to Solar Plexus McGee. I love this. He's not fighting you anytime soon. Okay. Meanwhile, while you're going to go pick a fight, you're moving your way through. She's conga lining past you at this point. So, Nox, if there's anything you want to say to Paladin other than don't kill him, because that would be tacky and I'll lose my job.
Nah, I know
Kill
what
him.
Paladin's about.
Okay.
I just kind of give him a nod.
Okay. Well, Paladin, that's your bit. It's on to Lucky and then on to Too Tall. Lucky.
Yeah, I'm think if I see Paladin going that way, I'm gonna fall in kind of behind him, like into off 2 steps from him, and just kind of see what he's doing.
Okay, so now there's a small phalanx of rather large, dangerous guys walking towards the table where the Militech guy is doubled over and huffing, and he's now starting to drink a glass of, say how drunk he is. Or, he's trying to get a scotch down himself, but he's kind of gagging a bit. And so that's what he's doing. The other people at the table, his girlfriend is hanging on him like, are you okay? Are you okay? The other people are just looking like, son of a gun. We thought you knew people here. We thought this would be, they're obviously not quite at the same level, and they thought they were going to have a really fancy night out on the town. And obviously this guy was throwing his weight around to impress them. So as you go by, Nox is just going to let you go through. Lucky, you walk by. Anything that you guys want to exchange?
I'll just say, I got your 6.
I like it as talk of opportunity. Okay, so we're on to Too Tall, who had walked out, thumped into the guy, and was now on the opposite wall, if I recall right.
Yep. So now that I see all this going on, and I am a gentleman, so I walk over, I reach down, I'm like, dance with me. I grab his girlfriend by the hand, I pull her back and spin her on the floor.
Okay. She is so shocked that she kind of gives a little, ah! And he starts to get up, and then he realizes that his pathway is blocked by 2 large men who are just kind of blocking the path. And the other guy who had come on his double date kind of shrinks back for a minute. And then you see him like flash his eye for a moment, and you realize that some kind of targeting scope just went off. Meanwhile, the other girl, the other member of the 4 date, she shrinks back and opens up her purse looking for something. I don't think it's a lipstick. Okay, so top of the round, Daly City, as I like to say. You now have the following. Bruce has walked out, gotten in a really expensive car, and driven away. Okay? The car it'd be like buying a Tesla Roadster. It's that expensive. You know this guy's got money. The Militech guy, mid-range to high-end executive, is doubled over but recovering and sipping on a scotch that is not staying down too well. His girlfriend has just been grabbed by Too Tall, who is spinning her off into the distance and doing his best Fred Astaire. Sound scary? Okay, so once again it comes back to Nox. Nox, what are you doing?
Listen, if we're doing a conga line, I'm gonna grab cereal in my conga line, and I'm gonna try to like grab whoever else. I know Too Tall's busy being a Casanova, but if there's anybody else, just so we could all be together for when anything goes down. And I'm just gonna like in between things that I'm singing, just be like, what the hell's going on?
I'm gonna say nothing good is going on because we are starting violence for no reason. I want you to know we have zero motivation. I am going. Nox's turn.
I like.
No, that was it. That was
I like the
going
idea
to you
one
because
day.
I asked you what was going on.
Serial, one day when they do catch you, they're going to, instead of just putting a remand chip in you, they're going to tattoo low impulse control across your head.
Fair. And it's a worthy assessment of who I am as a person. But in this moment, in this club, on Knox's big night, you're starting a fight with everyone. I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna do the call. I'll roll Knox out so she can sing the second part of the song. I'm gonna go over to Paladin. I'll say, Paladin, you're ruining everything. Too tall. Settle down. Everyone, stand down. This is Knox's night.
Okay, so because it's so wonderfully Hollywood, you yell, "This is Knox's night," and the entire club goes silent. And you're
Yes.
standing there in the middle of it, and everybody, Too Tall, like, has got the date like swung out in a classic, and it stops.
Does the music
Okay,
stop?
so she's like, Too Tall. Yeah, Too Tall was swinging this guy's date around, doing some dancing. So he's got her like, yeah, and stops for a moment. And she looks, they look, other people look, the bartender looks, all the other people look, and they all look at you, Serial.
That's exactly.
And there's this silence.
Yeah, that's where I'm most comfortable.
Okay, so Paladin.
Yeah. Am I to the table?
Yeah, you're at the table when all this is basically you have to turn because you're hearing,
Yeah,
this is Knox's night.
Paladin, it's Knox's night. Don't kill anyone yet.
I point at the two guys at the table.
No, yeah.
I look at Wheezy.
Uh-huh.
I say, check it out, Wheezy. You and George need to go.
The woman who is still there at the table, who hasn't been dance-troned out of the way, she gets up and says, come on, let's go, Harold. And she's like pulling the other guy, who at that point you realize, like, as he gets up, that one of his hands has shifted somewhat, and you realize it's a cyber arm with a gun, but he doesn't do anything, and she grabs the arm and him, and they start tugging out, and the wheezing guy gets up, and he's still wheezing, and says, wait, and he starts to stagger out, and a Mater D like Waitron with a couple other Waitrons circle him and say, sir, perhaps it's better if you do leave. And Too Tall, are you hanging on to his date? Because she's going to run if she can.
Absolutely hanging on.
Okay. In that case, a Waitron will come to you and say, please, sir, release the young lady.
I give her a kiss on the cheek and I let her go.
Let's find out. She is not impressed. She's just terrified. So you're too tall. So she takes off. The four of them leave, and one of the people says, and the woman who you just kissed says, and we're never coming back here again. Sigh. Okay, so like magic or bad film, all the action begins to happen again. Knox, your music suddenly swells back up again. Your dancers who are all like frozen looking at you like, what the? Suddenly go, right, cue, 1, 2, 3, 4, da, 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 and start singing.
Cool. Who's nearest to me that it's not from my part? Like I know Serial's nearby. Who else is close to me?
At that point, the bartender would be there, and one of the equivalent of the maitre d' would be there. The bartender, because he's usually the one, and you can tell from the cyber leg and a couple other things, he's a bartender, and he also does bouncing. They try to keep the bouncers looking kind of like the furniture out of the way because it's a classy place.
All right, but like any of the people that were being really sketch, are they nearby?
Other people being sketch?
Yeah, like the big
like
the GQ guy who had his girl taken away by Too Tall?
Oh,
Like
they've been run out of the club.
They're out.
They're out. Yeah, they were run out of the club.
You know what? I'm just gonna take this conga line right backstage so I could. It's just me and my crew of who else is around. Just
Okay,
because,
so you're going
like,
backstage with your crew.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
great.
because this song's ending,
Yeah,
and like
and
what the
people
hell's going on?
People had a great time. You had a little drama. You got to understand, a gunfight in Night City or a potential bar fight, it doesn't, at the level you guys had it didn't have a lot of guns, didn't have a lot of people dead. So for this kind of jaded, upper class crowd, this is about as much bar fight they want to have. So they had a great time. So they're going to come back. They like you. You're really fun. And you get backstage with your choo-choo crew, and there's a dozen roses on your dressing room table.
I'm not going to smell them.
Oh, what a world I've created.
Not going to smell them. I'm going to check for a card cautiously.
Here's a card. It says, an excellent performance. And then under it says, it's scrawled in immaculate handwriting, Bruce Maxis.
Ugh. And
Yeah.
is Serial and who's around me at this point?
I'm assuming Serial's right next to you. I generally assume in this situation, Serial is glued to you.
All right, so Serial, who is this guy? You were out there.
Do I recognize the name?
Bruce Maxis. The best you've got is he appears to be a wealthy industrialist who is actually reclaiming some of the factories to the east of the city.
Right. He's not anyone we've encountered tonight, right?
No. No.
Yeah.
You encountered.
Yeah.
That was the guy at the bar.
Oh, that was the guy. Oh, okay.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Sorry. I cut off Serial. Sorry, Serial.
Sorry, Paladin. Go for it. What you got?
I got a 19 on local expert.
Bruce Maxis. Is that what you're looking for? I don't know. Has Knox shown you the card?
Is Paladin around?
You guys, you said
We're all
You
around,
said
yeah.
you said the
All
whole
right,
crew
yeah.
went with you into the
I
dressing room.
was wanting to rally up the crew. So
Okay.
Does
Okay.
anybody know who this guy is?
Okay. Paladin, what'd you get?
I got a 19 on local
19.
expert.
Local expert. Very good. Okay. Yeah. You know what I've just told Isolate and Lucky, which is that Bruce Maxis is a little known, or people don't know much about him. He came out of nowhere. He's an industrialist who's basically renovating and is operating some factories that are smelting ore factories, that sort of thing, on the very eastern edge of Night City going into Nevada. He is, he came out of nowhere. Most people say, from what they've heard, that he is actually out of Singapore, which is still around, by the way. But others say that he came from what's being called the new United States. It's being formed.
Hey, Mike.
He has money.
Mike, I just want to say I rolled my local knowledge as well, and I got exploding dice twice. So I got a 10, a 10, and a 7 for a total of 36 on this guy. So I don't know if that makes a difference. But I also want to mention that that's $200 for Extra Life that I'm going to donate.
Okay. Well, does every exploding die give donations to Extra Life?
Yeah.
Okay, we had Bruce do an exploding die earlier.
Okay, we'll do 300 for Extra Life then. We're up to
Okay.
300 bills.
Yeah.
Luke,
so,
I had
so
an exploding die earlier.
In the end, Serial, it was worth getting choked.
There you go. You raised $100 for kids. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Story of my life.
Yep. Do it for the kids. Okay, so you won't get anything more because there really isn't any more, Lucky. He's basically, the kind of a rich dude who showed up with money from outside and is doing a lot of big ass investing. Sorry, big investing. I keep forgetting.
PG-13, you can say ass. I think we're okay.
I don't know. I'm trying not to Deadpool this situation. Okay, so you have a card from Bruce Maxis. You have a dozen roses. Do you want to smell them? Do you trust them?
Heck no, I'm not gonna smell them. I don't trust shit. This is not happening.
Okay. Do you move the roses even?
I will.
You know, I don't touch them. I just remove the card.
You remove the card and you move the roses and you see a very small, elegant gold box.
Don't you dare. Stand back!
I'm going to dip this in hot water and boil it.
I feel like, Mike, I just want to do a concentration or a con check. I'm pretty sure that I'm starting to trip on the synth.
Even the one that you had in your hand that you didn't have.
I feel like
I was waiting for that to come up, as a matter of fact.
I feel like my mind starts to shift.
Because the blue dragon that's standing behind you says, you can't trust that box.
We are not that far into the trip, Mike.
Yeah, you are. This guy, I don't know what you did to poor Bruce, but whoever's in his car right now driving has got to be having a great time. Where would you like to go, sir?
So I'm going to, I'll be like, just stand. Hey, man, just stand back. Let me make sure there's nothing wrong with it. And
you're maintaining.
I will, and it's Mike. The only thing that matters is that Knox has a great night. That's all that matters.
Do I notice that he's not himself?
How can you tell? It's cereal.
Well, that's why I'm asking you a question. I'm not sure if that's just him or not. But I do have.
Yeah, he seems calmer somehow. You think something's happened?
Okay. Because you gotta remember, I'm the med tech, so I've got the pharmacology, so I could perhaps figure out something.
You think by the fact that his pupils are so enormously dilated that he looks like a lemur? Yeah, he's on something. His eyes are like.
Mike, I'm gonna get my cyber skates. I'm gonna pop them out.
Start skating around the dressing room.
My rollerblades. And I'll rollerblade over and I'll dive on the gold box.
Okay. There isn't a lot of room. You're going to be crashing into people. I'm basing this off of a club I've been in before. So, yes, you do not have more than about 8 feet on a side if you're lucky.
Well, you know, distance and space time continuum are very influential.
Did you freaking watch it? You ran over my toes.
Yeah.
Judge.
Cereal. What's wrong, cereal?
Why are you screaming at me?
What are you on? Cereal, what's going on?
Oh my God, you guys are
Hey, Lucky.
Oh, the chicken is coming in.
Lucky, I think he needs a shot of adrenaline. Yes,
Oh,
adrenaline.
Oh, he in a hyper version of him? That's even better.
I'll open the box.
Make him burn through the drugs even faster.
You open a box.
Yeah.
It's full of neatly organized, about 8 pieces of perfect chocolate. Which, since you probably have the munchies now, is great.
Can I try to swat that out of his hand if he tries to eat it?
It's poisonous. I'm trying to save your life.
I'm not eating it. You're trying to eat it though.
But I'm trying to save your life. I can't ruin your night.
I swat the box away and I'm like grabbing him by the shoulders. I'm like, give me some eyes. Give me some eyes. And I'm like looking over at Lucky, like, please do something. Lucky, please do something.
And then you guys ask why I like running this game. Yeah.
All right, I'll come up behind him and I'll jam him with the needle and.
Actually, you have a hypodermic with a Bones McCoy basically. So you hit him with the air hypo. Okay. What are you doing? Are you trying to like knock him out, stimulate him? Because stimulating him on this stuff isn't going to help. You know, let's look up.
If I could tell what it was, I'll look to sedate him.
Okay,
Now,
yeah, I think you want to sedate him. I'm not going to stop and take time now to look up cocaine and adrenaline, but you know, I think it's probably not a. You know, the people who are monitoring my calls will be surprised if I do that. You usually don't have adrenaline with your cocaine, Mike.
I'll just be like,
okay, so
we'll try to calm him.
Okay, so he's calming. And does anybody inspect the chocolates?
No.
Or the roses or anything?
Yeah, I'll inspect the chocolate.
Okay, it's chocolate. It's good chocolate. Yeah. It comes from a really high, expensive place. Just remember, they're not like shops around here for the most part. Things are imported, or you have to have a fixer, or you have somebody get it for you. So this is reeking of money.
I'm not impressed.
Perfect.
You're unconscious.
I'm just trying to I'm just trying to calm Serial down, like, shh, it's okay, go to sleep.
Serial.
And while Serial naps, maybe it's time for a break. Can we do a break, Mike?
Okay, I think a break would be good. I haven't even gotten started yet. I mean, you guys haven't begun to unravel this.
All right. Well, we'll get to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. We'll be right back.
How long a break?
We're taking 5 or 10?
10.
Let's say 10.
All right, 10 minutes. We'll see you in 10.
Okay.
Time for me to take more Odancitron. Woo!
Woohoo!
Yep.
All right, welcome back. We are here for the Gary Con Ethereal Part 4 of Cyberpunk Red with Mike Pondsmith and Team Monster. Going to ask John. He's got some awesome information regarding some of the minis and so on and what they have going on. Go ahead, Mike. John.
Cool. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you throw up the box render real quick?
Yeah.
So just wanted
there
to
it is.
Know that Cyberpunk Combat Zone, which is a tabletop skirmish game, is going to be coming to Kickstarter probably about the 3rd week of April. So mark your calendars. You can go to monsterfightclub.com and kind of sign up to see for news outlets and stuff. But there are going to be dozens of amazing figures, really cool terrain, and everything in here is compatible and playable along with the Cyberpunk RPG. So it's a great companion to go along with the other one, and it's also a standalone game as well, so you can do some really cool stuff with it.
I'm buying mine. You should buy yours.
Yep. And so so right now we're showing off a couple of the other models. So models that are already out there have cards that are coming with them, so everything that you've ever had in the past that we've done is going to be compatible with the game as well. And then I'd love to show a picture from Antares Miniatures. These guys completely unsolicited did Team Monster, which is amazing. And when they called me up and said they wanted to do this, I'm like, this is amazing. And I also have this really cool miniature of Lisa Pondsmith that I'd love you to do, because Mike hadn't seen a painted one yet. So there you go, Mike. There's a picture of Lisa next to you and your awesome dog. And all of these figures are going to be sent out to everybody. So you'll all get one. When you get them, take a picture of you and your figure, throw it up on Instagram, let people see it, and let people know that there's some amazing people out there doing some great paint jobs for Cyberpunk.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks, John. Over to you, Mike.
Okay. Well, kids, we are kind of taking some time here. Basically, right now we're trying to get Matt down from being totally stoned. So we're going to use a very good TV technique and do a montage. And the montage goes like this. For the next week, Knox, you do your shows. And each week, the gentleman, Bruce, shows up in your shows. There's no more problems with the Militech guy for that week or anybody else offhand. And all through that week, stuff starts showing up at your dressing room.
I don't
There's
like
the
it.
dozen roses.
This montage is terrible because after day 1, I get involved, Mike. You're
Really?
day 1. Somebody lands at my door. I say to Paladin, it's go time. Like,
Okay.
It doesn't get to day 2. It doesn't get to day 2. I'll say to Knox, your engagement here is the only thing I care about. Do you appreciate this turd burglar sending you things every week?
Listen, you're gonna expect people to send you things, but to be honest, he's kind of creepy.
I
don't like it.
Knox, I feel you, and I totally agree with you. I want to support you, and I hear what you're saying. I receive.
Hey, Lucky. Guess what?
But
About the 3rd day into the Knox's thing.
Doesn't get to 2.
No, 3rd day, because I doubt you're able to get there in time to do this. The bartender says, well, I can tell you a bit more about the guy.
all right, I'll peel off some bills. Here you go,
He
or
says,
some credits.
Nah. He folds the bills back in your hand. Then he thinks about it, peels a couple off. He says, looks around, he says, yeah, he's our boss now. He bought the club.
Oh.
What?
Okay, well, I'm going to share that. I'm going to say,
club. Whole thing.
I don't think you're going to like this cereal, but I think your girlfriend's new boyfriend now owns the club.
Jeez, make my life difficult.
Wait a minute.
Lucky, when you say things like that to me, I go a little crazy. So when you say your girlfriend's boyfriend, I go a little crazy. So Lucky,
Okay, on day 2, did you try to go to find where Bruce lived? Did you decide to follow
So yeah.
talk with
We did
action?
some
So Mike,
recon, yeah.
yeah. So if I could I have taken the 2 days to track that license plate that I took when he left?
That's
Yes.
it, Isolate. Do it in Russian. Do it in effing Russian.
Could I have
Don't-
taken some time to find out where he lives, maybe?
Yes! Go get the red shirt.
You are tracking it. You find that the license plate basically goes to a motor pool owned by Maxis Industries. My pen just disappeared.
A motor home. He lives in a motor home.
So
It's all smoke and
It's a
mirrors.
better motor home than
Yeah.
you'll ever be able to have. So
I
there.
see red flags here.
Thank you, Knox. Thank you, Knox. Knox,
Say,
Okay.
don't we have a guy on this team somewhere that can hack computers?
that's me. I'm serial killer. Hack the planet. You're the-
Yeah. Duh.
Oh.
Do that mojo, do that voodoo that you do so well.
Looking for
Okay.
my hack the planet beeper. It's here somewhere, but I don't need it right now. You know why? Pondsmith, what are you rolling dice for? What are you doing?
Well, you know,
I know.
me
I
rolling
don't.
dice.
Yes. I'll show you
Okay.
my map.
In that case, you do not find you know basically that it belongs to a motor pool for Maxis Industries. If you want, you can go out to the factory, which is where it's registered to be. It is not unheard of that really wealthy people don't have their addresses available. Kidnapping, among other things. And you did get a little more data to find that, yeah, he flew over, according to what everybody said, from Singapore. Which right now is a major trade center again. Okay, so that's what you've got. Day 3, yes, you come in and you find he's bought the club.
Okay, that's
so
a problem.
sleazy.
I say to Knox. I'll go to Knox or Lucky. Do you tell me, Lucky, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you. Hey, Cyril, you're not gonna like this, man. I think that guy's moving in on your girl. He bought the club.
Lucky, every time you say it, I want to go crazy. Stop saying he's moving in on my girl. He bought the club. Maybe it was just an investment. You have no idea it's anything to do.
Hey, okay, all right.
Oh, you're gonna love day 4.
I don't even get to day 4. I decide to take Knox. I'll say to Knox, I think it's time we bust out of here. We go someplace else. This place it's real. Yes, every single night there's hundreds and hundreds of people. Every single night they're screaming your name. Yes, you're getting paid a lot of money. Yes, you're ascending in the charts. You're doing incredibly well, but we can do better. Let's go somewhere else.
Bemidji, Minnesota.
I will say, while it's normal for people to send like letters and little gifts and stuff like this just seems a little too much, a little too forward. It's making me uncomfortable. I don't like it.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why we should leave this dump, because yes, it's the best sound system in all.
Not a dump.
No.
But maybe we should head out of here. I don't know. It's a little too forward for me. I feel uncomfortable.
Well, and I'll gather the team. I'll say, team, it's time to meet.
Okay.
Too
Is
tall.
this all happening day 3?
Day 3, yes, end of day 3.
Okay.
This Knox is uncomfortable. We have to do one of two things. We either have to get together and buy the club ourselves.
Okay.
Or get out of here. And I don't feel good about doing physical harm to this guy because he hasn't done anything really wrong yet. And I do have some moral code. But what are we gonna do? Because we have to eradicate him from her life.
The maitre d' has come up while you're having this discussion, and he says, if you don't mind, the owner would like to speak to you for a moment.
Oh, that sounds good to me. Let's go, guys. Everyone come with me.
You
don't
don't need to take your I believe the term is posse.
Oh.
Does
well,
he
how
just
can-
want to
Hey.
talk to Serial?
Hey,
No,
what did
he
you
wants to talk to Knox.
say? What did you just call me?
You call me a posse? No.
All right. My hearing sometimes the war.
Yeah.
I'm going to insist that Serial comes with me as my security.
Oh, okay.
As funny as that
I
may
am
seem
immediately-
compared to like the other beefy dudes around us in our team.
Okay.
We're-
Rollerblades, I can get us out of there at a moment's notice.
Okay. You
Pondsmith,
go.
Yeah.
You go
Pondsmith,
back. You're.
Pondsmith, I'm gonna take out my earpiece and I'm gonna take out Pout. I'm gonna reach over into all their pockets. And I'm gonna pull out the earpiece and I'm gonna put them in all of their earpieces. I'm gonna put them all in.
This is your
Everyone has
friend,
your-
guys. This is your partner in the team. You know, just
And
so you know that.
secretly, to everybody else besides Serial, I'm gonna be like, guys, I took him because he's a loose cannon. I need you to
On
really
the
be
edge.
I need you to be really on standby because I don't know what he's gonna do.
Okay.
He's a $130 in rollerblades.
Yeah, but he's on acid and some other things. I don't know.
Easy.
And he can hack the entire system in here. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Okay. Well, do you go to the office?
Yes, I go to the office because I'm
Okay. The maitre d' escorts you to the office, and you find it's not a super somber, but kind of quite business efficient looking office.
I'm going to the office. I'm on the
And,
way to the office.
And there's a couple of comfortable chairs around
chairs,
another
there's
table as well as a desk. And he walks forward and says, Miss Araya, I'm Bruce Maxis. I know it's been a short time, but I first wanted to say I really appreciate you and the amazing performances you put on for, and he looks kind of embarrassed, well, my new club.
Do you always send such extravagant gifts to your performers?
Only if they're performers I really, really want to encourage to stay at the club. You see, I've found in my investments and clubs I had in Singapore that getting a keynote singer was very important. And in Singapore, I'm afraid I haven't been in the States very long, or what's left of it, but in Singapore, this would be a proper response to a singer that you wanted to engage. I do hope you didn't take this as a romantic interest. It's purely business, believe me.
I see. Well, what is it that you are after? Since you have
He chuckles and says, "You." Actually, I'll be less humorous about it. I'd like to engage you for the club for at least the next year.
We're going to have to talk about salary. We're going to have to
Mike,
talk
it-
about
yeah.
perks. I'm kind of what you call an agent.
He looks over and says, "You're Asian?"
I'm agent. I'm an agent. I'm her agent.
That's what I said.
I just kind of like look down defeatedly and be like, yeah. Yep.
How do you think she got to where she is? Yes.
She
her
has a
talent.
great deal of
Yes.
talent. That's why.
Yes, she's an incredible performer.
And she's going to go even further, and I want my club established to be a place where she plays.
Fair enough. Let's talk about some ducats.
I think it's safe to say, Mike, that Paladin and I are right outside the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leading. And basically, at this point, the maitre d' comes by and says,
I don't need you guys.
"You want me to get you gentlemen a drink?"
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Unfazed, he goes and gets you guys drinks. And meanwhile, Bruce looks over to you and says, "So what do you think?" And the vibe you get, okay, the vibe you get is not like, "Hey, baby," but more kind of appreciative. He doesn't oversell it. He says, I want you in the club.
All right. I think I'm going to need to see a contract.
He says, I wasn't certain you'd be interested, but I'm glad you are. And he reaches down, pushes an intercom and says, Stacy, can you bring in the prospective engagement contract? And a few moments later, a young woman comes in with the contract.
Before that, I'll reach over and hit the same button. Be like, Stacy, make sure it's the big time one, not the normal, everyday, run of the mill one. Thank you, Stacy.
Bruce chuckles and says, we only have one kind of contract. Lawyers are expensive.
Well, let me tell you right now, Bruce, what you're dealing with is the next great singer. So you're going to have to pay. And when I mean pay an exorbitant amount of money to keep her here. Exclusively, I mean, that's going to cost you. You understand that, don't you?
He's looking at it, and you kind of get the feeling that he's listening to you, but he's not listening to you. And then Stacy brings in the contract.
Stacy.
And she sets it down, not in front of you, Serial, but in front of Knox.
And just regrettably like, yep, he's my agent.
And you see on the contract on a yearly, you figure it's like more money than you have seen before, ever.
It's not good enough. And it's not good.
It's
and
like.
And it's not good enough. And it's not good enough. Knox,
Okay.
Can I speak with you for a moment, please? Excuse me, Bruce. We need to speak.
He says, and Bruce, for a moment there, he looks mildly, irritated, and he says, "I'm talking to the lady. It's rude to interrupt, you know."
I understand.
That's true. He is my agent, though.
Thank you. No.
I dragged that out in a very annoying, like, influencer, like, sorry.
And he says, as he turns the contract around to Serial, and he says, you may want to consider moving up.
Moving up where, Bruce?
He says, for example, that. And he turns to Serial, and for a moment, there's this utterly steely quality. He says, you may be an agent, but at this moment, I'm her employer, and I don't take kindly to being mocked.
I'm not your employer. I'm not your employee.
No, you are right now.
I signed the contract.
No, you are, because you currently have a gig with his club through the week. So no.
Okay.
Well, let me backtrack a little here, Bruce.
I don't like that.
He says,
you take over, because I'm obviously struggling.
yeah, yes.
You mean to tell me that, so my last performance, was that under or not under your employment? Because I don't believe that you had bought that establishment at the time of my last performance.
He smiles, says, true enough.
And so this means that I'm not under your employment.
He says,
right
let
now.
me rephrase that then. But I didn't want to make it quite as personal. Mr. Killer.
Yes, Bruce.
I'm taking the time to show you respect.
Thank you,
which
Bruce.
is something we do in
Night City.
the East.
Yes.
But it also extends to Night City. I would take it kindly if you show the same respect.
Bruce, I will show you respect. I apologize if I've made an affront of our relationship. I will let Knox do the rest of the speaking. She's obviously more than capable to deal with her own business, but I stand behind her as her agent. And I want you to know that everything I've said tonight is only out of respect for how much I respect her as an artist, how much I think she's incredible and she needs to be loved.
Tex, what are
Can I
you?
just?
I'm so sorry.
I will say that during this
Tex,
time,
I'm so sorry.
I had been texting the group just to be like, red alert, need assistance. And I'd sent that. And then as soon as that whole, I'm just like, shh.
And then the door slams open, a bunch of guys come in.
Yeah. That's up to them.
The text said what?
But I sent the text out being like, red alert, need assistance.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the door's open.
Yeah, I'm going to start. I'm sure these guys are ahead of me, but I'll start running up.
I just like knock on the door.
Okay. While you're crying, okay, and Bruce says, it's in my best interest to make sure she is well treated, you know. And basically at that point, you knock on the door, and he looks up and says, "Can it wait? We're busy. Private matter."
I knock on the door again.
Okay. Bruce says, "Excuse me." And he walks over to the door and opens the door and sees you there. And he says, "Hi, can I help you? We're trying to get a business deal done."
What's with the weeping angel? What's with the weeping angel?
He looks over and he says, he leans over kind of almost conspiratorially to you and says, "She says that's her agent. I think it's her boyfriend, and I think he's having a nervous breakdown. Do you know him?"
Yeah.
"Can you help him?"
Sure.
I'm kind of at a bit of a loss here.
Isolate.
I lost it. I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry.
Isolate.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud.
I know.
Isolate.
I know.
Isolate. Do me a favor. Grab cereal.
I'm so sorry.
I got him.
Okay.
Mr. Bruce, I love your club, and we just really appreciate
Well, good. I'm glad you'll be here again.
I say it's okay, and I look over at Paladin. I like look at him like.
Wait outside.
Okay, and I just apply gentle pressure to Serial so he goes to sleep.
Russian lullaby. Sing me the Russian lullaby.
I'll wait outside with him. Wait outside with him.
Okay.
Oh Lordy.
As soon as Serial goes limp, I'm gonna drag him out the door.
And then I sit down at the table next
You're
to Knox.
dating this guy? We
It's
need
up
to
in
talk.
the air.
Yeah,
There's a lot of blurred lines.
I'll say. Okay, so we have right now Paladin in the room. Serial Isolate's taking Serial out. Lucky, are you
dragging
there?
Yeah, I'll check and make sure that the cereal's okay.
And Too Tall, you're wisely staying out of this, I assume?
I'm going to walk in, but just stand by the door.
Okay. Bruce stops and he looks at all of these people and he says, "The last time I saw this many men concerned about a woman's safety, it was all of her brothers. Are they related to you?"
Concerned family.
I do consider them my family.
I understand that. Are there any other family members I should meet besides your brother, the one who was crying? He's a nice boy, but he seems to be stressing a lot on this.
Well, it all depends on how forward you're going to be.
Well, I'll be very forward. He leans over and he says, "If you look at this contract," and you look it over, and it's very clear. I'm not going to give you an exact number, but it's a lot of money. And you get a bonus at the end of it, which is a really, like, you could buy a small yacht with it.
What's the catch?
He says there isn't a catch. You're the hottest thing right now in Night City. Anybody else out there will want you. I don't intend to let them have you headlining their shows. I'm trying to get a club off the ground, and I want the best. and I can afford that. Your talent is worth it. Maybe we do things differently in Night City, but in the East, honor, integrity are still valuable.
I understand that you love her, but you have to let them go sometimes. If you love them, you give them space. Space, serial killer. You have to understand.
I can't. I just love her so much.
Hey, Mike.
It's
Yes.
okay.
No, he's
it's
outside.
Okay.
He's outside.
He's
with me.
outside.
We're-
Can
Yeah,
I?
Oh, that's
he's
right. Oh,
outside.
that's right.
Mike?
You're right.
I
Yes.
order a vodka.
Can
a
I
bottle
roll?
of Russian
Can
vodka.
I roll can I make an education roll to read through the contract?
Yeah. You don't even have to. It's
Okay,
pretty, as
cool.
far as you could imagine. If you were a lawyer, or B, Lisa, you would be able to get more out of this contract. But then I've often said my
Yeah,
wife
but
should be a lawyer.
Yeah, but I could have an exploding die and make money for children.
Yes, well, give it a try. Let's see. Explode, baby.
Alas, I did not make money for children. I
shucks.
apologize.
Oh, well, forget
But I
your
got a
legal
16 for
career.
education.
Okay, it basically, as far as you can tell, it is a pretty straightforward business contract. In fact, you're pretty sure that this contract is probably used all over, at least, all over Asia. It's been translated. There's nothing that says like you have to marry the owner or, you're enslaved or anything like that. It's for 1 year. It's not exclusive performances, but exclusive performances in club, and it lists the venues. So basically, you come to his club.
All
If
right.
you want to go out and do concerts, that's another story.
So this isn't a Big Trouble Little China situation we got going on here.
What? You have green eyes and he wants to marry you?
I don't know.
Guys, that is from the 90s, y'all.
Yes, and so are we, kids.
You see, Cyril, they say that women are from Venus and the men are from Pluto, and they just happen sometimes. You grow apart and they find other people, and you just have to let it go.
Okay.
He has lots of cars.
All right. So, Knox, this is a pretty straightforward contract. I can't really, I don't read much subterfuge stuff in it.
I mean, I trust you guys. If you think
And that
it's
is a
okay.
shitload of money.
It's a shitload
It
of
is-
money.
It is a shitload of money. Like, are there breaks where we do like vacation time? Guys, we can actually be on a yacht, like
You could
during
buy a
vacation
yacht.
time.
You could buy a
I'm
yacht.
on a boat.
All right, F it. Let's do this. Give me a pen. I'm signing this thing.
Okay. He reaches down, opens the desk door, takes out a pen, a gold fountain pen, hands it to you.
I'm just signing.
Okay.
Signing a big, elaborate, lots of loops, lots of whatever.
Okay.
There's a heart over an I, even there's no I in my name, but I'm still doing it.
Making it up.
Okay. Noxariah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So he smiles broadly and says, excellent, excellent. And he shakes your hand firmly. He does not do a two-handed grasp. He does a manly grasp with you, shaking your hand like a regular business handshake.
All right.
And he says, believe me, I think you will enjoy it here. Together we can make this club stand out as a model for what really classy outfits can be.
I have lots of classy outfits.
He says, he chuckles and he says, by the time we're done, you'll be able to afford a lot more classy outfits.
Hey, we're already a classy outfit. Team Monster.
Okay.
See this suit? You know how much this costs?
Lucky is a man of classy outfits.
Of impeccable grooming and taste.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes. Okay.
Other than Paladin's majestic waterfall of a beard.
He basically has his person Stacy come in, pick up the contract. He signs his sides of it, vice versa. So you're now secured. Stacy witnesses it. She takes out she has a little notary stamp in her hand. Stacy's my secretary. You should see what she does when people like bother her. Anyway, so yeah, you have a signed contract now for 1 year from this date. And like I said, your performances are exclusive club performances, not, if you go out and you decide you're going to do something that's non-club or engagement type performance.
Like if this was the Cyberpunk, our year version of Coachella, that's fine.
Yeah, you could do Coachella.
Okay.
The way he looks at it, if you want to know more, is it simply expands the brand.
All right. So this is like a Vegas residency type deal.
Bingo.
That's what we're talking about.
It's
All right.
Vegas.
All right. We got
Vegas.
it. We got it. I got this.
Yeah.
I got this. Okay.
Johnny Silverhand's dead. It's got to be you.
Listen, those are big shoes to fill.
Yeah, I'll
but,
say.
You know,
I hear he's not dead.
but I will sign that contract.
Okay, so you signed the contract. Okay. And as you're headed out the door with your
It's
entourage.
the weirdest game of Cyberpunk ever played. We literally have just brought in lawyers. We killed 0 people.
You tried, you didn't do it.
Anyone? We've not made any. It's like this is the weirdest fantasy game.
I'm
ever.
getting to it. I'm getting to it.
But we possibly have a yacht for the summer. Who knows?
He turns as you're leaving and you guys are all shuffling out. He says, "Oh, by the way, Miss Soraya, if it's not too presumptuous of me, perhaps maybe next week you might join me for dinner."
No, bro, no. Do I hear that? Do I hear the SHI double hockey stick T?
Yeah, you still have the earphone in, so I'm assuming you
Yeah.
do.
And he smiles, says, "No, strictly business. I know you're engaged, as it were."
Engaged? That's a bit much, but if this is a business dinner, then
Of course.
then I know that you wouldn't be at all bothered by me having my agent with me at our business dinner.
As long as he promises not to cry.
I can't make that promise, but yes, that he will be there.
It might not be good for his own health.
I can't believe we're stigmatizing male crying in 2077. This is
Was
Right?
that?
No.
I think he's
Right.
specifying
Was-
that he might choke on his own tears.
Ah,
Says it seems to
okay.
upset him a great deal.
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
Okay. So you guys leave?
Yeah.
Nora's going, "I guess so." Okay. So you leave, you go back to your home. wherever you guys-
Before we leave, I punched Too Tall in the nuts just to make sure he's scared. I'm like, where were you? I was crying, and Isolate took care of me, and you did nothing to help me. Nothing.
Okay.
I rolled damage.
Every solo in the group make a perception roll.
Yeah, to see who I punch next in the nuts. Sorry, no, I won't.
Oh,
Hey, Luke.
I love this little guy.
Listen, I
I
grew
made
up
an
with 3 brothers.
explosion.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
400
around me.
bucks.
Okay,
$400.
so the
15 for me.
28, Mike.
What?
15 for me.
I got
Okay.
28, Mike.
Oh, beautiful.
I raised money for children.
You did. And you see the black figure basically running along the edge of a rooftop and leaping to another rooftop and then running down the side of the wall and vanishing as it does so.
We're being followed
Yes.
by something on those rooftops.
Paparazzi. Got the scoop.
No, they'd
Yeah.
be
Go out
closer.
for the
if they were-
camera.
If they were paparazzi, they'd be closer, right?
No, it looks more like something very elusive, dangerous, jumping from rooftop to rooftop.
Mike, is there anywhere I can hack in?
No, not right where you are now. I am assuming you guys are walking back to your place, or did Lucky bring along the AV?
Oh, I never go anywhere without the AV.
Thank you, Lucky. We don't walk.
Yes.
Like we are rich mofos. We don't walk.
With a van full
What's
of our
this?
gear.
Yes. It's also
yes,
the
but
only thing I'm good at.
That's sort of a band, you know. Bands have a van
That's
full
it.
of stuff.
Should we
Speaking
lock
from
and load?
experience. Okay.
We're in. We jump in.
Okay, so okay. You basically head back to your home place.
No.
See
Where do
where
you
this
live
guy
now?
went?
Yeah,
Where do you
we're
guys
tracking
live?
this guy.
Okay, you're tracking this guy?
Yeah, I think we need to find this
Yeah.
guy. So I'm gonna turn on like the thermals and see if I can see where this guy's at.
You get no thermals.
Thank you, Lucky.
Every so often you will spot him. It's a man, powerfully built, appears to be in a skin suit of black material. You think it might be some type of armor because it reminds you of one of the bodyweight suits a little bit. He's wearing a helmet, you think, because you see just like one red cyber optic. and
Let's
an
take him
antenna
on a
spike.
wild goose chase.
No, he's not following you now.
We're following him.
else.
Yeah.
We're following him.
Okay,
but-
let's do it.
Yeah, I thought you guys following him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But we
Okay.
can give him a good scare.
Okay. He drops down in the middle of the street area. You're right on the edge of what's left of the old combat zone, and for those of you who have audio up, you hear screams, kind of the screams a woman would give if like she'd run out of screaming, and there were 5 boosters jumping her. And he drops down in the middle of it.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna drop down too. That looks like a good place to help out.
Okay.
Are you gonna land, or are we gonna fast rope down?
Landing is going to be tough with the AV. Remember, the AV is like the size of a large, a classic van, not a minivan, a van.
You're right. Yeah, full size
Does
conversion.
anybody
van.
remember what a full van looks like these days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually has like maybe with a cool mural painted on the side. That'd be
Yeah, you know,
A
maybe
wizard?
a
a wizard. Yeah, that's the way to
Unicorn.
go, man.
Unicorn man.
Or unicorn. Yeah. Could be
Yeah.
good. I'll drop the ramp in the back and say, "Out you go."
Ah! Thud, thud, thud.
Yeah, we can fast rope out. I'll fast rope out. I don't care.
Okay, so you guys are dropping to the ground. As you hit the alleyway at the far end, you see a woman who is clothes torn up, bloodied. Another woman who looks like she's been really, really worked over, more slashed up. And you see this guy has dropped in the middle, and there's about 8 booster types around him. You think they're from Metal Storm. And he is going through and rapidly dispatching them. You know, crack neck, snap, that sort of thing. So you guys jumping into the fight? There's still a few boosters left for you.
Isolate.
Yes.
Did you stay on the UAV and provide Overwatch, or did you come down to the ground?
No, I'll stay.
You're
be
staying and
providing
doing
Overwatch.
high Overwatch. Too tall. Did
Yeah.
you come to the ground?
Yep, I came down.
You came
Okay.
down to the ground. What about you, Serial?
I am on Nox 6. Want to make sure she is safe.
Okay.
I mean, I need somebody
Okay.
to protect me, and that is Nox.
Is Knox going
Okay.
down?
who's driving this van?
Lucky.
Lucky.
Lucky's
Lucky's the
driving
pilot.
this van.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that as we're dropping out, we're gonna be like,
Yeah.
I don't
Rocking
know
back
how
and
much
forth.
because I don't know how much I could like tuck and roll out of this van. I'm sure we're gonna be
Well, no, you're
stopping at
going
some
down
point.
on ropes. You're going down on ropes.
Yeah, we're going down on ropes.
Yeah, you
On
could never get this
ropes?
van. You couldn't get this van in the alley.
Ropes, you say? Okay,
Basically,
fine. We'll do
seen.
this. I'll
let
go
me
down on a
let me
rope.
give you the scene. Basically, you have a narrow alleyway, classic trash cans, an occasional cat running around, that sort of thing. And at the back end of that blank alleyway, a bunch of boosters are essentially assaulting a couple corporate ladies they caught and may have dragged over there. And this guy came down from the other side, down the roof, down the wall, dropped in among them, and is currently giving them what for?
Yeah, screw it. I'm going down on a rope. Yeah. What do I roll?
Yeah, are we rolling athletics if we're going down on the
We're
rope?
all rolling athletics. I was waiting for that. Okay.
Hey, Mike,
Nobody screw up lower than a 12. Okay.
Okay.
Lucky,
I got a 15.
Huh?
I got a 15.
Okay, you're down the rope. Anybody get
16.
lower 12 or lower? Lower than a 12.
What are we rolling? You said?
Athletics, and dexterity.
Mike, I'm with Lucky. I stay with Lucky on his 6. Nora's fine.
Yeah, but I want to see whether you fall down the rope, knocking Nora to her death or not.
No, I'm with Lucky. I'm gonna stay in the vehicle.
Okay, so Nora's going down. I thought you were doing her 6.
She's fine. Paladin's there. Isolate's there. Too tall. They don't need me.
I rolled a 12.
Okay. Let's see. Order, Paladin, Isolate.
No, Isolate stayed on the ramp to provide
so
overwatch.
Paladin,
Rifle.
Too Tall, and then Nora.
Okay.
Say, Nora, you slide down. You can't quite keep your grip, and you tumble on top of Too Tall. Too Tall, make an attempt to catch Nora before she goes to the ground over top of you.
Break my fall.
Dexterity, athletics.
Yep. What'd you get?
Charity.
Huh?
28.
28. So you get an open end?
Yep.
All right, that's
Okay.
$500 for the kids, guys.
Okay.
Good rolling.
You catch her as she's about to hit the deck, and two of you are hanging there like something out of a bad superhero movie or, whatever, a mountain climbing movie. So you lower her with your massive strength back down to the ground. You guys hit the ground. Okay. Meanwhile, this guy has wasted about half of the boosters. And he hears you guys in the AV behind him. And he looks at you for a moment. You can see the glint of the red off the eyes. And then he reaches up, fires a grapple, and goes up into the air. You figure he's probably grappled or used a snare grapple in one of the areas of the buildings up there.
Okay.
Okay, so he's going up the grip line. Are you going to go deal with the rest of the boosters, or there's 4 boosters left? He left you considerably for half of them.
Well, that's nice of him.
Well, he shared.
Are the boosters wanting to hang out after they just watched 6 of them get ginsued?
You're in the way of getting out of the alley because where do you drop down?
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you're kind of in the way. So if they wanted to leave, let's find out how badly they want to leave. This ought to be interesting. Boosters, give me a number. Oh, these are stupid boosters. Okay, wow. Okay, so the boosters basically are still mad at him. They don't know whether you guys weren't related in some way or another. And what kind of convinces them to stick around is if they jump you 3, they get an extra woman to harass. So it's kind of decided they're kind of rushing you now because they're thinking, wow, we got 4 of us guys got creamed, 5 of us guys got creamed, and the other ones, hey, more for us. So you now have 4 boosters rushing towards you.
How far away are they?
They'll be on you in a round, so let's call it right now they're in medium range.
Okay. Do we need to roll initiative?
No. You guys can roll initiative within your group if you want. Okay? So 1d10, add that to your reflex. For those of you who are solos, next turn, if you decide to delegate points to it, you can do that.
13.
Okay.
I got 22.
Do we get another?
Yes.
Okay, we're doing great.
Sorry, Luke. No, that's good, Luke. Sorry.
That is good.
That's what I meant.
That is
Yes.
good. All right. So, where were we? I got so sidetracked, I can't remember what the heck we were rolling about. Your perception or
Just initiative.
oh, range, initiative. Yes. Okay.
Initiative.
So right now you're going first at the top of the round, and Knox, did you roll as well? Because you're on the ground.
I didn't. What do I roll for initiative?
You're going to roll 1d10, and you're going to
Right.
add your reflex. Reflex.
Reflex. Okay.
Yeah.
Where is that? I keep forgetting. That's not the.
The top attributes.
Yeah.
It's not the top. Where is it?
It's under
Looking.
skills.
Yeah.
Second row.
Well, it also should be.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a. Oh wait, hold on. 8.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Total was 8.
Yeah, total is 8.
Okay. So yeah, you're going dead last. Okay, dead last. Okay.
Fair.
So Paladin, actually you are off the mark faster than they are, so you'll all go except Nox. It'll be you, isolate, bad guys, Nox. Got it?
Where's Too Tall?
I'm number
Too Tall.
2.
Oh, Too Tall's number
Yeah.
2? Okay.
Yeah, because isolate's up in the truck, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
isolates in the truck.
So it's
Yeah.
Paladin, Too Tall, and Nox. Too Tall just got Nox falling over him, but he caught her anyway and looked really heroic.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a 19 to shoot the lead booster.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to shoot him in the
Okay.
pelvis.
What are you shooting?
Assault rifle.
Okay. Are you just doing single shot, I assume?
No, I'm going to do a burst into his pelvis.
Okay. Well, it's going to be running on auto fire, which the rules are a bit different than they used to be.
That's okay. I'm down.
Okay. All right. Roll 15 or better.
I did. I got a 19.
Okay. Bang. Okay. Who's not a happy camper? I think he's even moved into critical injuries. We'll find out in a second. Okay. You know, one of these things I'm going to do, rearrange this, is where's my damage table? Oh, there it is. We moved it. Okay. 5d6.
Yes,
Throw
sir.
5d6.
$19.
19. Okay, 19. That's going to get through armor. Okay, so those poor suckers. I'm being nice to them. I should say those victims. Okay, good. So booster 1. And 19. So 5. Okay, so blam. You shoot one, and since you're pulling it off as a burst, that's what you did in that meter round. Okay, so next.
Me. So quick scan. I look at them. Do I see anybody with firearms?
They all have firearms. Most of them, in fact, all of them are carrying some variant of a cheap Dailung. These are,
Right.
low-level guys.
Does anybody look like they're at the ready to shoot, or are they all running and not shooting?
They did not expect you to be basically armed with anything other than maybe, clubs or something. The guy they went up against, who was beating their butts, he was doing it barehanded, as far as they could tell.
Cool. So I see the one that Paladin hit. The guy next, whoever's the next closest, I'm going to
Okay.
open up with my 44 Magnum.
Okay, boom. Okay. He's now closed it down. So 15.
All right. So handgun, heavy weapon. All right. 19.
Okay. Throw 46. Let's see what you do.
$14.
Okay. He staggers, spins, but you don't punch through the armor. So he is wearing buttless chaps and yeah, he should have the traditional bad guy armor, it's just used sporting equipment. You ever wondered about that? Where do those guys in Mad Max find sporting equipment?
I guess there was like a Big Five nearby or something.
Yeah.
Bass Pro
before
Shops,
we
whatever.
before we go raiding, guys, we got to hit the Big Five.
I think Big Five went out of business in like '89.
Yeah, well, it's that or we have to go hit Dick's, and that sounds wrong. Okay.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, I didn't name the place.
I'm in the van.
Okay.
Where do I fall into initiative if I want to take a shot from the van?
The van does not depress well into the alleyway. If you're talking about leaning over and just shooting.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Okay.
get a shot from a van. I was trying to get a vantage. That was the point.
I don't think you're going to get
staying
one
up there.
really.
Okay.
Because the way you're dealing with it now is you have two big doors and sliding like a helicopter.
Yeah.
Okay. You're in a narrow alleyway and you can't even get down the alleyway clearly because if you did, the jet exhaust would roast everybody in the alley.
Okay, so can I get lucky to drop me off on the roof? There's a lot of people in
you
close
can land on
contact.
the roof.
Yeah. If I can just jump out on the roof and then shoot over the roof into the alley.
Yeah, that'll be next turn then.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so you're moving out, hit the roof. Okay. Oh my God, it's 8:40 already. Goodness. Okay. We may have to continue some of this. I don't know. At any rate, you jump down and you're firing into that crowd. Okay. Pick a third target or one of the ones they've hit.
Knox.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're how many of them?
Yeah.
Whose turn
right
is it?
now, you're taking two. We're going to them.
Oh, it's them?
Oh,
yeah, because
okay.
Knox is left.
That's what I thought.
Too
Yeah.
tall. Then I was going to have isolate, but I'm going to have isolate be getting to the roof, so he's not going right now. So it's their turn, then Knox's turn. So let's see. It's their turn. Well, the first guy who's got a problem is going to be looking at Paladin. Paladin shot first. I just want to find out whether they all shoot at you or not.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, they all shoot at you.
Okay.
Good luck, Paladin. You drew their fire.
Can I dodge?
Yes, I'm assuming you dodge.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm kind of.
That's going to give you some pluses, but meanwhile,
back at the ranch.
They've closed enough, so they're now down to the base 15. Okay, so. Ooh. Hey, we have another open end.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
Here, $700.
Okay. 26.
Wow.
Okay. What do I roll to dodge, Mike?
Okay. That is, we roll in this system against the range. If you dodge, you get to add other stuff to that. Okay.
Okay.
So in this case, you are able to add up to, if you've done this, you're able to add dodge equal to what you put in from your special ability.
Okay.
Okay. So where are you right now, special ability wise?
I haven't used any of them.
No, but I mean, do you
I
have
have
you have
4.
a special ability of 4? Okay,
Yeah.
you can add 4 points in your dodge.
I'll add those.
Okay. So where does that put you?
And then I get to add. I roll a 10, and then I get to add
10.
4. I get to add 4 to it.
Yeah.
Rolled a 9.
Okay.
So that's 13.
Okay. So he did hit you.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So luckily he's got a wimpy die long.
That's good.
So 5 points get through armor.
No, I have light armor, jack body armor with an SP of 11.
Okay, bam. No good. Second guy. Not even close. Okay. And let's see, the third guy gonna go for it or not? Yeah, he's gonna go for it. Okay. Wow, these guys are, one did really great, the other guys suck. Twos in a row. Okay, so the other 2 guys, it wangs off, misses you. Okay, so it's now Nox's turn.
So I'm just gonna throw a grenade at them.
Okay, remember you're in an alley.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Because why not?
Go big or go home.
Okay.
Exactly.
They're 12 meters away from you. They're not that far.
Grenades only got a 5-meter kill radius.
I'll take those chances because
if you fumble or do badly and miss, then I have to decide where you are in the grenade table. Go for it. Throw your grenade.
You will.
I want to see this.
Okay, so what am I rolling to throw?
Okay, athletics is what you throw with.
Okay, here we go. Athletics and a D10.
Yep. Well, athletics goes not with a D10. Athletics goes with a dexterity roll in this case because you're doing something that involves body. So it'll be athletics as a skill.
Okay, and dex
then
and D10.
Right, you got it.
15.
Okay, 15. Okay, you got within range. Okay, so you did not drop the grenade at your feet unless you rolled a 1. Let me know if you do sometime.
Nope.
I dropped the grenade at I had somebody do that. That was bad. You know what was worse? They were carrying a bag of grenades. They blew up everybody in the party.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was like embarrassing at a Gen Con. Okay, so you've just grenaded them. I need to go find out. That's actually going to spread because of the range, so they all are going to be taking damage. Okay. Ooh. Okay.
I'm not at all impressed with your new boss, Nora.
New boss?
Guy just signed
the new
a
guy.
multi-trillion-dollar contract, and there is no backup.
He's kind of a dick.
I'm just saying.
You would think there'd be more security.
Protect the investment.
Okay.
Right?
You've riddled these guys with all kinds of shrap. The one that you shot, Paladin, he falls over, he's gone. The other 2 basically scream and run back down the other way away from you in the alley. So they're now up against a wall. Okay. We're good? Okay. Top of the round. Isolate. You are now clear to shoot down from the roof.
All right.
Okay. You have basically 2 guys now. No, 3 guys up against the wall. Basically, next round they're going to try to use the women as hostages. And you guys are a little further up. I'm going to put you in the same row as Too Tall with Paladin leading. And then are you on the right side of the alley or the left side? Isolate?
Left side.
Okay. Left side of the alley shooting down. That's your field of fire. Okay.
I'm gonna use 3 points of my combat awareness to add +1 to all attacks.
Okay.
Can I drop a
and then
spotlight on these guys, by the way? Just like flip the vehicle around and like turn on the high
good
beam, so
call.
to speak, so I can
Yeah.
spotlight them and blind
Yeah,
them.
yeah. Go ahead. You're doing that this turn. You're getting yourself turned around. Remember, you're going to kind of go out a little bit and then spin it. But yeah,
Okay.
you can get there. Okay, isolate. Take
Yeah.
your shot.
All right. I can't find my the skill I'm using for my shot is
Shoulder arms.
What are you shooting? Shoulder arms?
yeah.
Going bang? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be reflex.
Nice. Yep.
Okay, you there?
Yeah. That is
Okay.
a 22.
22. Okay, yeah, they're in range. They ain't going away. Okay, and your damage on that bad boy.
Yeah, that'll be
Now that was
5d6,
assault rifle,
right?
or was
Yeah.
that an assault?
Assault rifle. Yeah.
5d6.
5d6.
Yeah. Okay, what you got?
16.
16. Okay. Just for the hell of it, why don't you roll a d10, find out where you might have ended up randomly.
Yeah. 4.
4. Okay. Yeah. All right then. Interesting. Okay. So now that you shot the bad boy, done that, your total was 16.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just check one thing on the armor table. I want to make sure of it. Yeah, 3 get through. Okay, so he takes 3. I'm going to do him the guy furthest away from you because he'd be the best shot for you to get. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. So, we're back at the top. They've gone. Paladin, I think you're it.
Are they still running away from us?
No, they are trying to get back to the women and use them as hostages.
So their backs are to us?
They've just gotten the women, so their backs are to you now.
Awesome. Which
Okay.
one looks the most healthy? 1, 2, or
Probably
3?
I would say, let's see, going down the top 1, 2. I'd say the one on the furthest, as you're facing, furthest left.
I'm going to shoot him.
Remember, if you mess up, you will hit a hostage. That's his whole point. Whatever. They shouldn't have been there anyway. All right. Wow.
Well, either way, it's going to be a hostage situation.
Yeah. I just kind of, whether you're going to shoot them or not, what the heck. I mean, all right, go for it.
That is 19.
19. Okay, well, you definitely, an assault rifle, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yep, you made that. 3, and all right. You assault rifle, crank out 5d6 for me here. Roll 5d6.
25.
Ooh, that's gone through. Okay, that's bad. Okay, let me check on the critical injuries table. Always good for a laugh. To the body. Wow. Okay.
Left lung punctured.
Yep. Well, in this case, yes. Actually, you've blown his hand off. It's critical injury to the body, and you just blew his hand off. So he drops the gun that he had and staggers back screaming.
That'll work.
It'll work. Okay. Too tall.
I'll shoot the next one over.
Okay. So you're going for number 2.
17.
17. Okay. Yeah, it's a big advantage. You guys are pretty close. Okay. You just made it. It's tougher to shoot that. Okay. Fine. You hit him roll 5d10 or 5d6. You can tell I'm getting tired. By the way, where's that weird music coming from?
That's Soundscape.
Nice.
It's the official Cyberpunk stuff.
I think it's so low that I can't really tell what's going on other than the.
Okay, I will.
19, Mike.
I will give it more.
Wow. Okay, hang on a second. 6. Okay. Okay. Critical. Okay, remember they were turning with their back. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, you just opened up and shot the guy and hit him in the spine. So he is pretty messed up at this point. They don't have anybody who can do a treatment on him right now. So he basically, with a torn spine. Yeah, and he's just saved +1. Okay. Ugly. So this guy, number 2, has fallen over screaming my back. Okay, he falls on top of one of the hostages, shielding her from any more attacks. And Nora, you want to throw some more grenades downhill?
Well, no, not with a hostage. Like, how far? If I was to slash somebody with a monokatana, let's say, how far away are they from me?
Well, you're about. See, you're about 15 feet away from you now. You'd have to like basically take a few steps to close.
So if I was going to
Your
like
close
run
range
and
is like 6 feet.
but if I was to run and like anime fly in the air and slice somebody with a monokatana, is there a roll for that?
Yeah, that would be an attack. So it's a melee attack. So what you do is you have mono or blades. You know.
Yeah, I got a monokatana.
Okay. And do you have the skills to use it?
I do.
Okay. So why don't you use that monokatana? Okay. So once again, this time I actually have an evasion capability. So that means he'll take his dex, which is really suck, and evasion skill, which is also suck. Actually, his evasion's better than I thought. Okay. So wow, you might make it. Okay, 19 to hit him.
All right, what am I rolling?
You're gonna take and you're gonna roll your dexterity.
Okay.
Plus, if you have a blade skill, a specific skill for using that. Okay.
Like a melee?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And then what you'll do is roll 1d10 on top of that.
All right. That is a 19.
Okay, 19. Okay. And he was a 19, so no, you don't get through that turn. Okay, so you scrape right across him, but you don't quite get through to him.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, next turn. Let's see. You've gone.
Mike Pondsmith.
Yes.
I have not gone in 15 rounds. I'm going to jump out of the car.
Yeah.
Into the alley and kill everyone because it's 9 o'clock and it's time to go.
All right. Athletics to see whether or not you don't totally break your legs in the process. Okay. You're jumping 35.
Mike.
Okay.
As I'm falling to the ground, I pop my rollerblades out of my motherfucking feet. Sorry.
But that PG.
13. I
You're allowed one. You're allowed one.
Out of my God blessed feet, and I jumped out and bounced on the feet. I rolled a 32.
You rolled a 32.
I go up the side of the wall.
Okay. Did you get an open end on that?
And I grab my foot. I grab my.
I think we got another $50, whatever.
And
okay.
no Gygax. in this moment of unbelievable heroic actions, my family and I donate $500 to
Nice.
Yeah,
fund. We're playing tomorrow night.
we are.
We'll donate tomorrow night as well.
Okay.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
I think we have a wrap up now, don't we? It goes.
You're
till 9.
awesome, Matt.
Peace. I love you.
Yeah, we got to
Yeah.
wrap
I
up
love you too,
soon,
Matt.
Mike.
Matt, you crazy man. You crazy.
Hey, listen, all the bad guys are dead. The women that were sleeping in the alley, which, by the way, if that was Nox, she would have taken care of all those dudes.
If I rolled high enough, you know. I
You were
tried.
close. 1 point.
It's only a matter of time.
Okay. So, how late are we running this? I believe we're going till 9, aren't we?
Yeah, we're past
Yeah.
time now.
Yeah, it's at
So we're
9
gonna
now.
wrap. I'm not gonna tell you where this all leads to. You guys spent a lot more time in a bar than I ever thought you'd spend.
Well,
But
if we can get the team back to, if we can get the team back together, we can play episode 4, part 2.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, oh God, you guys have. There's a rabbit hole, so deep, but you'll find out soon enough. And it's
Let's
got
do
a
it.
really big, chewy part for serial killer, which is why I'd have to wrap up now anyway.
All right.
So serial
I don't
killer's
know.
going to get to go up against a real serious threat.
Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll play next Saturday or the week after or something like
Yeah.
that. So we'll figure it out.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry
in.
we didn't move quite as fast. What I'm going to do, guys, is Luke seems to be the center point. So what I would suggest is I'm going to propose a date for our next session with Luke, and he can try it with all of you guys. And let me know whether you're in, and then I'll put the time aside in the calendar.
Yeah, it sounds good,
Sounds
guys.
good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
sounds good. You in there,
Thanks everyone
Serial?
for joining us tonight. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it so
Hey,
much for running it for
Sorry
us
I didn't
again.
get you much further,
With
but
our madness, it's all good. It's all
I
good.
thought-
I'm sure everyone at home loved it.
I expected, seriously, I was waiting for Matt to go ape and then, like start trying to kill
I was
Bruce.
trying to play to the theme of the night, which is to make sure Nox is happy. That was it.
Well, Knox is
Great.
happy. I am amused to find that Knox's taste in men are better than I thought. She did not go for he's good looking
Hey.
and rich, which is
Hurtful.
good. No, I have that battle with my daughter occasionally. I don't care that he's good looking. You should stay away from him before your brother and I have to hurt him.
I need substance and character and loyalty. Is what
Well,
I
how
need.
much are you going to get from a guy who's just standing there looking at you in a club?
Not much.
That's
That's why I
true.
didn't
That was
give,
awesome.
give
That's
him
why
the
you should
time
go
of
out.
day.
That's why you should go out for dinner with him. Find out what he's really like.
No.
And I would like to point out
bad
that-
decisions.
that due to the generosity, due to some great die rolling, we raised $700, and due to Matt Lillard's generosity, we bumped it up to $1,200 for tonight. So that's not so bad.
Wow.
That's not so bad. It's a pretty good day. So
I
way
have,
to go.
I have to also talk to
That's great.
Cal Sorian's bookkeeper and ask her how much we can throw into, but we will be doing such.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, guys. Really.
Okay.
That's great.
Great
Any
cause.
last words, Luke?
Hey, just tune in tomorrow. I'm gonna be at it at 10 a.m. Pacific time, doing the Gooey Cube great giveaway with Elphinius Gooey. It'll be a good time. And then
Okay.
tomorrow night at 6 p.m. we're raising money again for Extra Life with the big game High Plains Drifters, where I'll be playing Melf.
That's good.
Yep, it'll be a good
Awesome.
time.
Hey,
Excited.
Luke, can you real quick go over where people can make donations if they want, if they haven't been able to tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. It's extralife.org, O-R-G, and you can just search for, they'll ask who you want to donate to. We have Team Gary Space Con 13. And so it's just extralife.org. I believe we put it on a lot of our promo material. So if you look at our Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, you'll see the little Extra Life symbol, and it should talk about Extra Life Team Gary Con. And I'll post up some more.
Great. And then can we go around the room real quick and talk about what everyone's got going on? Jason, can you talk about everything that's great at Realmsmith?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll end it off, but let's start with Nora
Okay.
because I know she's got some great stuff coming up.
Oh, okay. Yes. Hi. Black Dice Society is starting April 1st. It's the newest official D&D campaign set in the Domains of Dread. DM'd by B Dave Walters. Follow me at Neurological and the Things to get updated on stuff. But yeah, April 1st at 4 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be right before Critical Role. I'm also doing Into the Mist on Realmsmith with Jason. And yeah, take it away, somebody else.
Matt.
Yeah, I'm Matthew Lillard. I am a professional actor. I'm now on a show called Good Girls on NBC. It's
All right.
one stream show right now.
Are you kidding me? It's awesome. I didn't know that. I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was on. I'll just check it out now.
Oh, it's really good.
Good.
It is.
And it's been the show's taken off recently, and it's been great for everyone. So we're excited to be back. I'm also one of the founders and driving forces behind a company called Beetle and Grimm's. We create high-end boxed editions of D&D releases and Pathfinder elements and all kinds of good stuff. We have very exciting announcements coming up, which we can't talk about here, but we're excited about that. And I'm always thrilled to spend time with the people on the stream. Whether you have to hear me when I say this, I do these things a lot. And I love playing with the people on the stream. So thank you for spending time with me.
Awesome.
Okay.
John, what do you got going on for Monster Fight Club?
Yep. So I'm John Kowaleski. I make cool stuff over at Monster Fight Club.
Yes,
And
it is cool stuff.
right now we are absolutely focused on Cyberpunk and the new Combat Zone skirmish game that we're coming out with. We've got over 100 figures sculpted right now and so much more in the pipeline that's just going to keep coming down. And then the other thing that a lot of people have been asking me, hey, I thought you guys were doing some stuff for The Witcher. There is some stuff for The Witcher coming. So we're going to have some really cool miniatures to talk about right down the pipe.
Right. Which perfectly leads into me. I'm Mike Pondsmith. I run our Telstorian Games, where I'm the chief cook, bottle washer, and occasional designer. We do Cyberpunk and Witcher, as well as other games. Right now for Witcher, we have a couple really nice things coming up. There's the Tome of Chaos, which is right now going in production. We also have a wonderful book of tales called the Book of Tales, which are fables and stories and things which occur within the Witcher world. It's a lot of really fun adventures, but they're, because Witcher, very, very atmospheric as well. And in addition, we're doing a bunch of Cyberpunk stuff. In about 2 weeks, I think, from what I gather, we should be releasing a referee screen. We're currently banging out and getting the last steps done on a what we call the data pack, which is useful things in terms of character sheets, maps, encounter tables, how certain things work in terms of rule shifts, all of that in one easy to use package. And currently the bane of my life is I'm working on both Chromebook 1 and Chromebook 2 for this series, respectively called Black Chrome and then Rusted Chrome. One covers more urban, the other covers more nomads. And also on that same list, we are working up a specialty nomad book and a specialty book on night markets. So we have a lot of things going on in Cyberpunk land, and we hope you come and visit us.
Awesome. Beast, any final words?
Hey, I'm Beast. I do beastly things, and I always look forward to playing with Team Monster and anything else I can get involved with. It was always a blast gaming with you guys.
Always
Thanks,
good.
And I'm Jason from Realmsmith. We do live streams of D&D's Curse of Strahd on Monday nights. You can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/realmsmith. And actually, if you become a patron, you can join our Discord and you can actually role play and affect the narrative of our live streams and vice versa. It's really super cool and interactive and fun and something that isn't happening anywhere really right now. So it's great to be able to jump in and in a world that we can't always get around the table and play together. So it's an awesome community and check it out. And then of course, Nora plays with us on Monday nights. Matt plays with us on Monday nights from time to time. And right now we have Omega Jones playing with us. And he'll be on for a couple more. He's the Critical Bard. He'll be on for a couple more episodes. And of course, Luke has also played Mordenkainen on the stream as well.
That was a lot of fun.
Which was awesome. So thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for the next one. You guys have a great time and enjoy Imperial GaryCon.
Yeah, before we cut, I just wanted to say that we did match in chat. We were up to $770 from Gary Kahn and in the chat that is matched. And then with Matthew's very generous donation up to $1,270. So absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Way to go, guys. Super awesome. That's a way to end strong. All right.
Awesome.
Take care,
Great.
everybody.
Thanks, guys. You have a good night.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.